welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Doug Peterson in his second year has done a marvelous job, and here's what's at stake. You're talking about home field advantage now, and you see three teams really in the mix here for these Eagles. They have jumped on their opponents in the first quarter, outscoring them 71-18. It's the best differential in the NFL. Carson Wentz, big reason why. Look at his first quarter numbers, a 120.6 rating. And then defensively, they have not allowed a touchdown in the first quarter. That's the only team in the league. That's a pretty good formula to jump out, get your defense going, and win 9 games as opposed to 1 loss.
And Kevin, with that type of point differential early, allows them to play from the front, and that fits the Eagles' defense to a T.
Bears won the toss. They decided to defer, and here we go from Philadelphia. It is Barner who will take it and take a knee, and that's where the Eagles will take over from their own 25. And we see Carson Wentz, MVP caliber, indeed, the most wins, the most touchdown passes, and the 4th best rating in the National Football League.
I'm eager to see early from this Eagles team. They only ran the ball 9 times in the first half of the game against Dallas for just 35 yards. In the third quarter, they put 125 yards on Dallas. I wonder if they'll try and get the running game going a little bit faster in this one against the Bears.
And as we said at the beginning, they have 3 running backs. They use all 3, which I don't think another team in the league does or has done in a while. LeGarrette Blount starts it out in the backfield. And Wentz will throw it. Rolling right, firing right, completing right over there. And it's Alshon Jeffrey, and you know it's a special week for him.
When we asked Carson Wentz about that, about Alshon Jeffrey facing his former team, the Bears, he said, we know it's there, but it's really unspoken. Alshon doesn't talk about it, but he's ultra competitive, so you know he'll be there and he'll be ready on Sunday.
Yeah, Eagles signed him to a 1-year deal. It's been a bargain because even though he doesn't have a 100-yard game this year, he's just been very steady. 4 touchdowns the last 3 weeks for Alshon Jeffrey. On second down, it's a 5-man rush. Wentz in trouble, delivers, caught by the tight end Zach Ertz, and that is good for a Philadelphia first down.
And look at Zach Ertz staying with it. Excellent concentration because he bobbled it initially, but then he grabs it with both hands firmly, and even though the ball's hitting the ground, because Ertz has both hands wrapped around it, that's a catch.
They will run it to Blount. Big hole, LeGarrette Blount flipping over across midfield, and he's got a big gain. 13 for Blount and a first down.
You're going to be impressed by the hole that's opened by the offensive line. Look at that. Look at that gap. And now he can just go right there. But watch how LeGarrette Blount finishes the run. Right there. Drops his shoulder and lets Adrian Amos know it's going to be a tough day.
Good start for the Eagles. They go fast. They give it to Blount, and that time he is wrestled down. Akeem Hicks, who didn't practice all week with a knee injury, but making his presence felt. Charles, that was the interesting thing about the Eagles going out and getting Jay Ajayi, is that he's similar in some ways to LeGarrette Blount, kind of 2 punishing type backs.
Both of them don't mind contact. In fact, they often seek it. But what Jay Ajayi gives you a little bit more than LeGarrette Blount is that long speed, that long distance run. Had a 71-yarder already here with the Eagles, a 46-yarder. He can break out and get deep into the secondary.
That was Ajayi, number 36. Blount stays in the game on second down. Give it to him, and not much there. Played well again by Akeem Hicks. Down to the sidelines we go, and we say hello to Pam Oliver.
Hey there, Kevin. You know, the Eagles have their eyes wide open. What they see is a 3-7 Chicago team that is really itching for a fight. Doug Peterson told us that we have got to be ready. They got a defense that's big, strong, and physical, and is good against the run, and the run game is what we need to stay balanced.
Yeah, and the Bears have good wins, Pam, on that. No, they beat the Steelers, they beat the Panthers, they beat the Ravens this year. And on third down, we get movement. It looks like that's going backwards.
Full start, number 65, offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
It's on Lane Johnson, so third down and long. And that's kind of the weird thing, Charles, is they've got 3 wins, but they've beaten really good teams.
The 3 teams that they've beaten so far, if the playoffs started today, all 3 are in, including one who's the number 1 seed in the AFC.
So how do you figure that?
So you're never sure. Remember, they've been in a lot of games, right? A lot of their losses by 8 points or less. So you know that they're going to be there in battle, and they've shown already that the run game will be difficult at times.
Eagles need to get to the 39 of Chicago. Long way to go. Play clock running down. Get it off. Near side, Smith makes a good catch. Gets up to midfield, but well shy of a first down. And the Eagles, after a promising start, will punt it away.
Well, they made Pam's point, didn't they?
They sure did.
About this Bears defense, tough to move it against it after the big run by Blunt early. Akeem Hicks with back-to-back plays helped stifle that first drive of Philadelphia.
Tariq Cohen back, very dangerous, the rookie. Jones, high kick, penalty flag flies, lets it bounce inside the 10, but let's see what the penalty is here.
He can call fair catch, but go catch it. He doesn't need to let that one hit.
Walt Coleman is our referee today.
During the kick, holding, number 31, return team. At the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, that's a tough start for the rookie Mitchell Trubisky, who will start in the shadow of his own end zone as the penalty on special teams. Chicago football scoreless early in the first.
Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
Look, there's no law that says your truck can only haul gravel. Introducing the new 2018 Ford F-150 with best-in-class towing, best-in-class payload, and best-in-class torque. The F-150 lineup has the capability to get big things to big places big time. So bring out your ATVs, your campers, your Palominos. Hey, you're not always working, but your truck is. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
At T-Mobile, when you holiday together, great things come in twos, like T-Mobile and Netflix. Right now, when you get an unlimited family plan, Netflix is included.
Ho, ho, ho!
T-Mobile covers your Netflix subscription,
Best Christmas gift ever!
so you can binge watch all year long.
Now you're thinking Christmas.
And now, when you buy any of this season's hot new Samsung Galaxy phones, you get a second one free to gift. That's one Samsung for you and one to give. T-Mobile, holiday together.
Unlike ordinary toothpaste, Colgate Total fights bacteria on teeth, tongue, cheeks, and gums for a healthier mouth. So you're totally ready. Colgate Total. Be totally ready for life.
Right now at Burger King, get 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and a drink for just $3.49. That's 2 flame-grilled cheeseburgers, fries, and a drink for just $3.49. It's a big deal on an even bigger meal. Only at Burger King.
911, what's your emergency?
Do exactly as I tell you.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Daunting, to say the least, for Mitchell Trubisky, who is making his 7th start as a rookie for these Bears, but his first possession starts out on his own 5 after the Eagles punt and then the special teams penalty. This is what he's looking at. And he'll throw it on first down, going far side and a completion, but not much at all over there. That's another rookie, Adam Shaheen. And one thing you talked about in the open, maybe opening the playbook a little bit the last couple weeks for Trubisky. You can see it.
Yeah, they have to, because everyone is sitting on all the short stuff and the easy throws for him now. So even though the receivers are not the top quality guys that they expected to have at the beginning of the season, you still got to push people downfield and create some space.
Second down, here's Howard. Jordan Howard up the middle, powering his way to the 10, where he's going to pick up 4. One thing, though, about the Bears, they can run the ball. They've got Jordan Howard, a fantastic second-year back who is third in the league in rushing. And you see they have run it even more now since Trubisky took over this team after the first month of the year. Part of that is having Jordan Howard, who was third in the league in rushing as a rookie. Part of that is also protecting the young quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, to give more carries and keep him from having to throw the ball on so many downs. Third down and 5. Trubisky in trouble. On the run. Fires incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kendall Wright. Couldn't do it, and it's a 3-and-out for Chicago. And this is what Mitchell Trubisky was looking at. Watch the coverage of Philadelphia. Locked up right there on number 13, Kendall Wright. There's Tariq Cohen trying to get open. He's in between two Eagles. There's really nowhere to go, and when Mitchell Trubisky moved out of the pocket and tried to extend the play, he's trying to thread a needle, and that's a tough throw. O'Donnell's punt is a wild one. It goes astray, and it's short, and the Eagles will have great field position there. So not a great start for Chicago. Bad field position. They go 3-and-out, and the punt is a bad one by Pat O'Donnell. It only goes 34 yards. So the Eagles D does their job. Carson Wentz takes the ball next.
I'm here to talk to you about how AT&T gives you more.
And so am I.
Like how when you buy the amazing new iPhone 8, you get another one on us.
See, we give you more phones and more spokespeople.
Are you guys doing a spokesperson thing right now?
Yes.
Awesome. Can I be in it?
Well, it's kind of like a two-phone deal.
So 2 spokespeople.
Got it. Okay.
Thanks. AT&T. It's time for more.
It's time for more.
Buy the amazing iPhone 8 at AT&T and get a second one to gift on us.
So, you like it?
A little bit. Nothing gets a reaction like a gift from Kay Jewelers, where everything is 25% off. Save 25% off all rings, all necklaces, and all bracelets. That's 25% off everything. November 17th through 26th at Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America.
Dad.
Every kiss begins with K.
The creation of something is like a magical thing. Like, that's it. That's the driving force.
Dilly dilly, where'd you go? Get beer.
Wait, so you escaped the pit of misery and you came back?
With Bud Light.
That is the dumbest thing.
Shut up, Doug. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
If you like your pizza loaded with cheese, then have we got a crust for you. Pizza Hut's Ultimate Cheesy Crust Pizza. 16 cheesy pockets overflowing with a 5-cheese blend of melted cheeses. Only from Pizza Hut and only for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Big 12 Championship. TCU. Oklahoma.
Magic Mayfield.
Saturday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And actives for today's game, Josh Bellamy, one of their top receivers, out. Bryce Callahan, who's a good cornerback, missing for Chicago. Smallwood's been out for Philly now. He's lost in the rotation. Burton's a good player, special teams. Bo Allen, the defensive tackle, rotational guy. Charles, he had never missed a game in college or the NFL till today.
That's just killing him right now. He hurt his knee against Dallas, and he's excellent against the run inside. Great field position for Philadelphia. I'm seeing base defense for Chicago right now. Let's see if Philadelphia wants to move it downfield a little bit. Jay Ajayi in the backfield. Played on one snap on the opening drive. There he goes in motion. Wentz looking. Nothing. Now he's going to sling it to Ajayi, who drops it. Nothing doing on that play. One other note for the Bears, by the way, defensively, Danny Trevathan, who's their solid inside linebacker, is out again today, so he's missing his 3rd straight game with a calf. So Christian Jones, Arias 52, and Nick Kwiatkowski 44. Majority of those reps. And what they've done, too, because remember, they've lost Leonard Floyd. You know, which is the #1 pick from last year. Their edge pressure isn't the same. So Kwiatkowski and Jones actually put pressure on the quarterbacks from inside at the linebacker spot.
Ajayi looking for a hole. Not much there. Played well, and there is Christian Jones, who leads the team in tackles so far on the year.
And Christian Jones is a player that is so versatile. They can move him inside, outside, never really finds a home until they absolutely need him. And once they do, he gives them excellent play. He's had 6 straight games with 7 or more tackles. He's getting started early here in this one.
And now we see the Eagles' third running back in the rotation. Corey Clement, the rookie, comes into the game. Eagles have been excellent on third down, but this, a 3rd and 10. Wentz, 4-man rush over the middle, has a completion, and that is going to be short by a yard of the first. Ertz has the catch, and now decision time for Doug Peterson.
As aggressive as he is, I expect him to go for it right here.
I do too.
I think he likes what his defense is giving him, even in the early going here and what they've given him all year long. I expect him to go, and it looks like big guys are coming on the field. Brent Selleck, an extra tight end. Seumalo, right? Isaac Seumalo, an extra offensive lineman. They're going to go heavy in this set.
And so they'll go on 4th down, do the Eagles. 8 of 11 on 4th on the year. They'll run it. Ajayi, he's got it. Moving the chains. They went jumbo and it worked.
Remember what Lane Johnson told us in our meetings, Kevin? We don't like to take no for an answer. They told you they were coming to the left side with everyone lined there, both tight ends on the outside. The extra offensive lineman, Seumalo, 73, is there, and they went ahead and got it done. And Stefan Wisniewski, number 61, he is very underrated in how he's played this year, helped solidify this offensive line.
Yeah, it took a while for him to get to that starting position, but once he did, it upped their game. On 1st down, fake to Blunt. Wentz going to toss it. Ertz, one-handed catch, and then immediately taken out. Another good tackle by Christian Jones.
So watch Ertz, 86. He comes back against the grain. They put everyone to the left. All the motion and the movement goes that way. He goes against the grain to the right. Really nice coverage and open field tackle. How about him one-handing it there? And Christian Jones, that was a lot of action and movement for really a 1-yard gain.
Yes.
That's advantage Chicago. They didn't fool them with all the misdirection.
First 2 drives, the Eagles have been lethal. This, their 2nd drive of the game. On 2nd down, here's Wentz, protected. Near side, knocked away. Great break on the ball that time by Prince Amukamara.
Veteran in this league, and he's getting better. Watch it. See where his eyes are? Looking back in towards the quarterback? That's what you call the cluing technique. You feel your receiver, you know where he is, your eyes are back on the quarterback, and as soon as he hits that back foot on his drop, you're breaking him with the route. And that's what Prince Amukamara did. He essentially ran the route with the receiver and broke when the quarterback hit the top of his drop.
Been around a long time. Ex-Giant, was in Jacksonville, signed a 1-year deal. Another 3rd down, 3rd and 8 this time. Wentz, blitz coming. It gets it off far side. He's got a completion and a 1st down. There's Jeffrey, the longtime Chicago Bear, delivering.
Okay, so he's going to come. Watch Wentz coming right at you now. Look to the left of your screen. Watch him. He just let that one rip. And what was aided on that play was the number 23, Kyle Fuller, fell down. The coverage was not bad. In fact, he would have made a play on the football. But when he falls, that ball gets to Alshon Jeffrey, and he picks up a big 1st down.
In the red zone this year, Philadelphia is the best team in the league. Number 1. That's where they are now on 1st down. Wentz steps up, fire, and touchdown! Zach Ertz. Carson Wentz told us that none of their celebrations are choreographed.
They all kind of happen. Whoever scores kind of dictates and you fall in line. Look at that. That's called a stick nod route for the tight end. Sticks it to the outside, gives you the nod that way, and then comes back inside. Look at Wentz's eyes. Goes through all of his progressions, scans the field, comes back to the tight end, and truthfully, it really wasn't progressions. It was just to move the safeties from one side to the other.
Jake Elliott had a concussion last week. He's back. Extra point is good. And the Eagles now have converted 16 of their last 18 in the red zone, which is unreal. And they've got the 7-0 lead in the first.
Guess what I just got? Hello, Dad. That's a big phone. Oh, my phone.
You built the flame that warms my heart, but your lying and cheating has torn us apart. And I'm moving on.
State Farm knows it's more than a truck, so why not give it the protection it deserves?
Taco Bell's new $5 Cravings deal has all of Taylor's favorites like the beefy 5-layer burrito, cinnamon twist, crunchy taco, cheesy gordita crunch, and a medium drink. It also has Brad's favorites, the guy who bought it. Taco Bell's new $5 Cravings deal. There's no one I'd rather hit the road with.
No one I'd rather have dinner and a movie with.
No one I'd rather lean on.
Being in love is an amazing thing. Being in love with your best friend is everything. Ever Us. One diamond for your best friend, one for your true love. For the one woman in your life who's both. Ever Us. Available at Kay, Jared, and Zales.
The 4 Battle for Stardom, a new singing competition January 4th on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Samsung. And by Zales. 'Tis the season to save and sparkle more than ever. Zales, the diamond store.
So the Eagles go for it on a 4th and 1. They convert, and then they fire in a touchdown to Zach Ertz, his 7th touchdown of the year, and that ties Jimmy Graham for the most red zone scores in the league. As Wentz delivering the strike. Wentz leads the league in touchdown passes himself. That's his 26th of the year. So 7-0 Birds early. At least Chicago should get better field position. Elliott's kick goes out of bounds. Wow. And so much better field position. Charles, in the red zone, the Eagles have been absolutely lethal.
And they spread it around to so many different people. They came into today's game the only team in the league with 3 players with 5 or more touchdowns on the year, led by Zach Ertz, who just scored his 7th. And how about this? Look at you see how Wentz did that? Move to the left with his eyes, which moves the safeties into that direction, and comes back to the right, which is where he wanted to go the entire time, and let it rip to Zach Ertz for the touchdown.
Meanwhile, Jake Elliott told you he's back from the concussion, and Doug Peterson has said he's absolutely fine, just kicked it out of bounds. So now the Bears, great field position on the 40. Trubisky to throw it. He'll let it go high, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Philadelphia Malcolm Jenkins, who fumbles it. Chicago may have gotten it back. And they do. What a bizarre turn of events. Jenkins, the interception, then it got stripped, and the Bears end up with better field position after it's all said and done.
So if you don't care how, you just appreciate the ending if you're the Bears, right? This ball is probably a little bit, see, it's a little bit high and wide, and it gets tipped up in the air. Was that Darby, 41, making a play on it? That was the initial play. And then Jenkins is there for the interception. He's moving around. Then it gets stripped. Was that number 88, Deion Sims?
Yes.
Back from illness. He strips it out of Malcolm Jenkins, and then it's recovered, I believe, by number 18, Trey McBride.
So just like the Bears planned it, a gain of 10. Exactly how they thought it would happen. They'll hand it off for a short game this time to Howard. I think it's interesting how these Bears, you come in, it's another disappointing year, right? And there's a lot of scrutiny around this team, coaching staff, all of it, you name it. But to me, as good as their running game is, they've got to let this kid rip it at quarterback, Charles.
You've got to let him develop, and you have to give your offense a chance to breathe. Because if you continue to just do the short stuff, defenses suffocate you.
Trubisky, there's short. Cohen makes a move. This guy's so fast. And Darby's going to bring him out of bounds, but not before Tariq has an 8-yard gain. He was kind of forgotten there for a little bit, but Cohen's gotten back in the mix. And you see the first 4 starts, Trubisky, look, they ran it a ton. But now they've opened it up, and he's played pretty well. He got him in position to tie that game last week, but they missed a field goal.
And you mentioned opening it up. To me, Kevin, what they need for this Bears offense, they need splash plays. And they're going to need them from Jordan Howard, number 24, Tariq Cohen, number 29, and the rookie tight end, Adam Shaheen, number 87. They've got to create big plays for them.
3rd and 2, out of the pistol. Howard has it, and he's stacked up. He ran into a brick wall led by Brandon Graham.
How about the experience right there? Brandon Graham, who's found a great scheme fit here in this wide 9 of Jim Schwartz. Sees it, comes underneath the block by Adam Shaheen, the rookie, and makes the play before Jordan Howard has any chance of getting going. Tim Jernigan, 93's there as well. But Graham set up the rookie, thinking he's going outside, came underneath, and made the play.
So now O'Donnell's first punt was only 34 yards. We'll try it again. The Bears try to pin the Eagles deep in their own territory. And O'Donnell inside the 5. Good job. Bears will down it down at the 7. So O'Donnell redeems himself. Eagles deep in their own territory. They've got the lead, though, here in the first.
The future waits for no one, so we refuse to wait for it. We're not just pilots and engineers. We are pioneers. Today, battles are waged in nanoseconds, and planes are piloted from the other side of the world. We turn night into day and fly missions in space. The future's not coming. It's already here. This is the future. Join us and be the future.
Where is it you wanna go?
Oh, dude. I'm sending it to him.
Where is it you wanna go?
Thank you.
Where is it you wanna go?
Hey. Hey. What you doing on your computer?
What's a computer?
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle, but like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame.
Top steak and twisted potatoes at Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
This is what happens when game.
We're divas. We're extra.
Recognizes game.
The Warrior, to Brock Osweiler, Tom Savage, Back to Osweiler, and Savage, and Sean Watson.
What?
All right, now we got something.
First things first. Weekday mornings on FS1.
You cannot wear a Raiders jersey to my family's Christmas dinner. Just turn the lights off.
Super Saturday on Fox this weekend. I mean, it is good. Oklahoma and TCU, Big 12 championship. Then we'll do a little college hoops, Ohio State and Wisconsin. And then the Buckeyes and Badgers Big 10 championship game. That is going to be a gem. It all goes down Super Saturday on Fox. Ohio State, of course, that was a good one with Michigan. They pulled away late with the freshman coming in at quarterback.
How about that? And just think about that whole weekend. Oklahoma wins. They're in the college football playoff. Ohio State, Wisconsin, to me, the winner goes to the college football playoff. Whoever wins that game, they're in.
I agree. Oklahoma might be the best team in the country right now, the way they're playing. 1st and 10, Philadelphia. They're backed up on their own 7. They'll run it. It's LeGarrette Blount. Blount gets through. LeGarrette Blount! High stepping, motoring across the 35 and across the 40, and he fumbled the football, and the Bears recover. Adrian Amos, the safety, came up and forced it. It looked like Chicago got it, waiting for the signal, and they do. So after a big run, 35 yards, it's negated with the fumble.
So take a look. Watch Stefan Wisniewski early in this block. See him get to the second level and climb on the linebacker. He gets that going. The Blount runs through the attempted tackle of Eddie Jackson. Amukamara runs him down, and then they start frisking him. They hold him up, and they start working to pop the ball free. And I think Adrian Amos, number 38, was the one who actually pulled it free and ended up getting the football. So if you're worried about a team that's only won 3 games and their competitive spirit and fight, worry no more about the Bears. They fought twice and gotten the ball back in situations you wouldn't expect here early in the game.
There you go. So 2 fumbles forced by the Bears recovered, and now they're in business here at the Philadelphia 42, and they'll run it with Howard, who skirts his way, make that Cohen. That was Cohen up to the 40. And there's a penalty flag back at the 32, so let's see what this is.
Illegal block in the back, number 18, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That's on Trey McBride.
That flag was thrown by Terrence Miles, the back judge, all the way from the back. Watch number 18 right there. The block on Malcolm Jenkins. You know, they tell you all the time, if you see his, you've got to see him from the front. If you don't see him from the front, you've got to stay off of that block. He went right into the back of Malcolm Jenkins and rode him into the pile.
So 1st and 20. Chris Long in the game. Potential facing his brother Kyle. Here's Cohen. Tariq Cohen makes a cut. Running for his life. Getting to the edge. But there's not much room. And now another penalty. So Cohen had a good effort just to get a yard. But that may be moving back even more.
Illegal block in the back, number 13, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Kendall Wright would like to go and hide somewhere. Meanwhile, we've got our first, actually, we'll do that after this.
Here's Wright here, 13. Okay, see him working right there against Patrick Robinson, and then Robinson moves. Now watch, he's going to come back into the picture, and really, that's not an illegal block in the back.
That's not one.
Because he tried to pull off of it, and really, at worst, it's a small hip check. See, he pulled off of that entirely. I think the end result of Robinson going down is what caught the official's eye.
Yeah.
Not the block.
Second down.
Good job by this officiating crew, talking it over and picking that flag up and realizing it was not an illegal
You
block.
rarely see. I mean, that was a pretty long delay. Great work by Walt Coleman and his crew to decide that was, because it wasn't a penalty.
And it was an excellent job of them being able to talk it over and have enough confidence in each other. See that? Wright pulls off. That is no block. So I think what happened was they got fooled by Robinson going down, and it looked like he got blocked. Turned out he did not.
So well done by the officiating crew. It's all said and done. 2nd and 19 now. Bears trail by 7. 3:01 to go in this first quarter from Philadelphia. Cohen goes in motion. Trubisky looks his way. Rolling coming back the other way, and that is not going to do much. Deion Sims tackled by Long immediately. I was so anxious to get to Carissa Thompson for a game break. Now we can do it, Carissa.
Thanks, Kevin. And this is a familiar sight, one you've seen many times. Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski. They were already up early 7-0. This one makes it 14-0. Send it back to Kevin, Charles, and Pam.
Well, Carissa, so much for Jarvis Landry's suggestion that they would sweep the New England Patriots this year, at least to this point so far.
Play clock at 2. Trubisky gets it off. Has time. Unloads. Great throw and catch, but that's going to be shy of a first down. He got it to Dontrell Inman, the former Charger. And so now 4th and we'll call it 3.5.
Inman wearing 17 in white. Top of your screen. Nice in cut. Look how well that ball is thrown. Mitchell Trubisky sets up in the pocket, delivers a strike. Just a little bit short of the first down, and here's the new kicker, Cairo Santos.
Cairo Santos was a good kicker in Kansas City. It started off the year on a fine note, but got hurt, and so they let him go. But his first kick as a Bear will not be an easy one. 54 yards for Santos. Kick is up, and that is not even close. Well, they ended last week by missing one, and they start this week by doing the same thing.
Different kicker, same result. Connor Barth missed a 46-yarder last week that would have tied the game, potentially sent it to overtime, and he missed it also wide to the right and not even close. Cairo Santos, his first try, as you noted, was at 54 yards. Pushes it off to the right. He had a groin injury in Kansas City. That's why they ended up having to let him go, because Harrison Butker, who came in as a rookie, has kicked very well for KC. And here's Santos getting another opportunity, and the Eagles defense thwarts that drive.
So not a great way to start with your new team, and now Philadelphia takes over. Mac Hollins is in the game, far side of the field, rookie wide receiver from North Carolina. On first down, Wentz to throw. He's got time. Flag coming, though. Near side incomplete. Penalty flag back in the area of holding.
Holding, number 72, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
So this is Halapoulivaati Vaitai, who has taken over for the All-Pro Jason Peters, the left tackle. Sam Acho with a nice speed rush, and you see where Vaitai hooks him and then takes him down, and that's where the penalty flag came into place.
You know, Vaitai is replacing maybe a Hall of Famer in Jason Peters, right, who went down, one of the most respected guys in the league, their left tackle. And it looked ugly initially, but he has done a lot better job.
They've given him a lot of help to begin with, but with each passing week, they feel like they have to give him less and less help. They do believe he is improving.
But that puts him back in a 1st and 20. They will run it here. Blunt makes his way to the 40. He's going to pick up 6 yards. Well, when you're second in the league in running, you got to have a good offensive line. But like I said, there's 71 Jason Peters. What a cool shot. Had, you know, major knee surgery here. For him to be walking out with the captains, pretty neat.
Just tells you how they feel about him, and he's also still active in the locker room, practice field, with Halapoulivaati Vaitai. The guy who's replaced him, trying to help him with his technique, what to look for, giving him the benefits of his wisdom and experience, trying to help out each and every time.
Second down. Wentz has time. Fires, and he's got a completion, and there's Jeffrey lunging forward to the 49. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 to Alshon Jeffrey. He's got himself his 3rd catch against his former team.
See how he just posted up Prince of Mukamura there? Alshon Jeffrey's first love in his life is basketball. That's what he always wanted to do. Became a much better prospect in football. He just used the basketball training right there to set up that pickup.
I think his career choice has worked out, though.
Not bad.
First quarter in Philadelphia. Good one. Eagles 7, Bears nothing.
It's a small finger, a worm.
Like a dagger?
Tiny sword.
Breadstick.
Matchstick.
A lamppost.
Coin slot. No.
10 seconds.
A stick, a walking stick.
Yeah,
A boundary. Mount Kilimanjaro. Big
Sorry. It's a tandem bicycle.
What?
As long as sloths are slow, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This year, Toyota's Black Friday deals are just too great to wait. So from now through November 30th, every day is Black Friday. When you need more traction and superior handling on the road, Toyota offers 10 different vehicles with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive to fit your lifestyle. Like the dynamic RAV4, the versatile Highlander, and the roomy Sienna. Visit buyatoyota.com to find the hottest Black Friday deals and your nearest tri-state Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
I got hurt at work, and I don't know what to do. Can't play with my kids. Can't work. Bills are piling up. My wife's always worried. Insurance companies keep giving me the runaround. This is too much to handle myself.
You've called the right place. Pondla Hockey can help get your life back together.
That sucked. That sucked.
It didn't suck.
In my kimono, bought a car. From my casa, how bizarre. Saved me dollars, that made sense. That didn't suck. In fact, I liked it. Suck, 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 suck. That didn't suck. Didn't suck. That didn't suck. That didn't suck. Didn't suck. In fact, I liked it. Didn't suck. Didn't suck. That didn't suck. In fact, I liked it.
The 4 starts where all other shows end.
With 4 amazing artists. But only one will win. Get loud for me.
Well, as we showed you for the game started, the Eagles once again dominating the first quarter. 125-27 the total yards. 1 touchdown. They have turned it over in this game. And third down, which is where we start the second quarter, I'd say Carson Wentz is pretty good. Like first in everything on third down. And that's part of why he's had such a wonderful season. This will be a third down and 5. Philadelphia 1 of 3 on third down so far here this afternoon. Four-man rush. Wentz gets rid of it. Complete. It is Jeffrey, who's taken it to his former team. It's his 4th catch already in a Philadelphia first down and a gain of 14.
So why does he throw it there? Because the defensive backs, watch. His back is to the play. He never sees the ball. So all Carson Wentz does is throw it right over the helmet of Prince Amukamara, number 20, and put it up there where Alshon Jeffrey can go get it. But Amukamara can't make a play on the ball because he never knows it's there.
I'd be hard-pressed to think there's not a little extra effort to give Jeffrey involved today.
And I have a feeling he might be saying a couple of things in the huddle, like, I'm open.
Sam Acho lined up in the slot. That doesn't look like a good matchup for Chicago, but they're going to run it. LeGarrette Blount will do it. Upended, not much. Did he lose another one? No. Players ran to the ball there a little bit. And, you know, for Jeffrey, no Eagle has a 100-yard game receiving. That's how good they are in moving the ball around and spreading it around. He's come in on a 1-year deal, and he hasn't said a word. He hasn't said, hey, give me the ball more, none of that. I mean, everyone was raving about him. As you see the numbers, what he did in Chicago, he was a great player for them.
When asked about it, he did say, with the way we're winning, that'll take care of everything else.
Usually does.
So I'm not worried about that part. Plus, he and Carson Wentz, I think that their relationship and their connection is developing more and more with each week, and we're seeing the evidence of that today.
My issue with Jeffrey, he had some injury problems the last couple of years. Here's Wentz. Steps up, throws over the middle, incomplete. He was going for him again there. Fans want a penalty. Trayvon LeBlanc was on the coverage.
It was very tight coverage. Let's see just how tight by LeBlanc. As Jeffrey works him outside, goes inside. He's wrapped, and then he gets the hand off, and then he's back there again. I would say they've got a little something to talk about him being there a little bit too early.
13-25.
But a lot of times officials, they want to promote play downfield. They want to let the receivers and the defensive backs work through things. On that one, could a penalty have been justified? Yes. But was it egregious? I don't think egregious. But yes, a penalty could have been justified.
What that means is a third down and 9. Clement in the game in the backfield. Blitz. Wentz sees, spins away. What a move. Carson Wentz going to run it. Going to get it inside the 20.
How about the instincts of the second-year quarterback from North Dakota State? It's supposed to be a screen to Corey Clement. See, Musi wants there, and he realizes that it's covered to the left, so he spins out, and Cre'Von LeBlanc whiffs as he goes to take Carson Wentz down in the backfield. When he makes the spin and LeBlanc misses, now he gets a convoy downfield and picks up a first down.
That was something else. Picks up the first from the 18 now with Ajayi in the game who gets it. Ajayi bounces off one tackle, tries to break it outside. That doesn't work. Bears were all over it that time as Kyle Fuller came up to make the tackle for the loss.
Tremendous play, and it really got forced by the defensive line first. You notice how quickly they were to the point of the mesh where the handoff, and they were right there. And then when they forced him to try and change direction, the rest of the Bears got there. But going back to the Wentz play quickly, John DeFilippo, his quarterback's coach, encourages him every game, pick up at least one first down with your legs. Well, mission accomplished already on that one.
That's one. That's the thing. He's 6'5", 240, but he is extremely athletic. Backed up now with a 2nd and 16. Looking left, pressure up the middle, steps away, going back left, complete, but good tackle. Right away, Matt Collins made the catch, but again, there's LeBlanc who made the play. And so a 3rd down and long is coming up here. We showed you Wentz's 3rd down numbers. They're all superlative, for the most part, all first in the league. 3 of 3 on 3rd down today. This is a 3rd and 12. They've got to get down to the 8-yard line for a first. Wentz looking left, throwing that way, end zone high. He tried to get it to Matt Collins. There's a penalty, though, down at the 14-yard line.
Amukamara did a nice job of redirecting.
Holding, number 20, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I was saying is he did a nice job of redirecting Matt Collins, but he did it for too long and too far downfield. Remember, it's 5 yards, and then he grabs a piece of cloth right there of Hollins. So he had him where he wanted him initially, but I felt like he was starting to lose him, and he reached out with a little bit of panic and grabbed the jersey, and the officials detected it.
Watch Alshon Jeffrey down here. Again, he's been hot. 4 touchdowns last 3 games. He's at the bottom of your screen. Lined up against Fuller. Wentz looking that way. Instead, they'll come up to the near side. Aguilar makes the catch. Racing end zone, diving! Touchdown!
Kevin, Nelson Aguilar was a high school running back in the Tampa area. This play essentially is just a long handoff, and it turned into a run for him. He made the move and finished it with the leap into the end zone. He's had a tough go the last 3 games, just 6 catches for 60 yards, had a couple of drops against Dallas. Talked with wide receivers coach Mike Grove before the game. He said, don't worry, he's fine, and he just showed that he is.
He had an unbelievable play last week against Dallas. Would have been a crazy touchdown, but they ruled him down. It was a loss of 2. I think he just made up for it. Aguilar delivering his 6th touchdown of the year. Philly in front.
This is not a cloud. This is a tomato tracked from farm to table on a blockchain, helping keep shoppers safe. This is a financial transaction secure from hacks and threats others can't see. This is a skyscraper whose elevators use IoT data and AI to help thousands get to work safely and efficiently. This is not the cloud you know. This is the IBM Cloud. The IBM Cloud is the cloud for business. Yours.
The mountains are my calling. Each precious moment of time is mine. Powered by the light around me, I reach higher. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Ho, ho, ho! This is the best Christmas ever.
And honey, the Colonel didn't leave us out.
$20 family fill-up. That's a great home-cooked meal that we don't have to home-cook.
It's finger licking good.
Well, my parents met in Texas. Then they moved to Washington. They had me at Fort Knox. They keep all the gold there. After that, we moved to Georgia for a couple years. Then we spent some time in Korea. Seaweed snack. Ew. And now we live here for good.
Our members call many places home.
Oh, lots of questions.
So we made owning a home easier. Navy Federal Credit Union. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
Elvira.
Blanca. Shamu.
New Blue.
Old Orange. Annie.
Teddy.
Sapphire.
Wild Dog.
Blue Eyes.
Baby. Baby. Because that's my baby. There she is.
Say cheese.
A Christmas Story live December 17th on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs. And by Citizen. Watches powered by any light. Never needs a battery.
Doug Peterson, his team is rocking and rolling. A little fist pump, and why not? Because the #1 scoring offense is on their way. Nelson Aguilar with a 6th touchdown of the season. And look at the bottom in yellow. 17 touchdowns the last 19 times the Eagles have been in the red zone. That is nuts.
Think about how many different people are touching the ball in the red zone. It's not just one guy that you have to defend.
Well, the Bears find themselves in a heap of trouble. As Cohen looking to make a play. Shifting, cutting, flag flies. And we'll see what the penalty is. The Eagles have outgained the Bears 170-28 so far in this first half.
Some of the best plays for the Bears have been recovered fumbles.
Illegal block in the back. Number 58, return team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
I can't even argue that. Start your day with First Things First, starring Chris Carter, Nick Wright, and Jenna Wolf for the best morning sports show on television. First Things First, weekday mornings on FS1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
And backed up like this, Chicago's got to find a way to get a couple of first downs and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Tariq Cohen in the game. Actually, this is Jordan Howard, penalty. And Howard across the 10. But there is another flag down, so let's see what this is.
Holding, number 72, offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
That'll move him back. Game break time. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
Well, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones have hooked up for 1 touchdown pass all season. They've still hooked up for just 1 because this one came from Mohamed Sanu, lined up at quarterback on a trick play, hooks up with Julio for a 51-yard score. Atlanta pulling it out of the bag and taking the lead 10-3. Kevin, Charles, and Pam.
Kurt, thanks. Falcons, it feels like they're starting to click offensively. First and 14, fumble in the end zone, and an alert play just to get out of there was Howard, who picked it up and avoided a safety. Boy, this has been a disaster for Chicago so far.
It has, and this is what you were just talking about. That was a nice snap. That's just Mitchell Trubisky not focusing on taking the ball all the way into his hands. Cody Whitehair has had his issues with the gun snaps this year, but that one was on target. Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator, just passed Doug Peterson. Let's see if he gets aggressive here. Got them backed up on their own goal line. Does he come after him and try and force a safety?
Second and 17. Trubisky to throw it. Pressure coming. Going deep. Coming near side. Inman adjusts and could not make the play. Got his hands on it, but couldn't haul it in. Now he's down.
I'm going to use your words here, Kevin. He did adjust well because he sees the ball and Darby does not. See how he adjusts all the way around, but not enough to get back to the football, which was a little bit short, and it falls incomplete.
He's trying to tell Darby, it's up. It's up. Meanwhile, Inman remains down. He had a groin injury coming into this game. I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but he had to torque all the way around it to try and catch that ball.
Good to see him up. Coming over from the Chargers, and here's what you were talking about, how he had to twist all the way around to try and get the ball. Coming over from the Chargers, had to learn the playbook real fast. You know who helped him? Mike Glennon, former starting quarterback. Introduced himself to him in the lunchroom, said, what do you need? And stayed late with him, early with him, extra sessions to try and get him up to speed, even though Mike Glennon is no longer the starter here in Chicago.
So the Bears lose Inman. They haven't had a first down yet this game, and it's 3rd and 17. And here is what Mitchell Trubisky is looking at.
Look how they backed off in terms of coverage to make sure that they cover the first down line.
And Bears call a timeout to discuss. So, welcome to the booth here. It's been an Eagles-dominated first half, 14-0. He's Charles Davis. I'm Kevin Burkhardt. I mean, as advertised so far, the offense is moving it. Defense hasn't allowed a thing. They look all the part of 9-1 so far.
They certainly do, and save for 2 fumbles, one off of an interception by Malcolm Jenkins, who went back to Chicago. And then LeGarrette Blount with a big run. Chicago got that one. Who knows what the score would be right now? And Pam Oliver told us at the top of the show that the Bears really wanted to run the football. They have trouble getting started. Too many penalties, too many false starts, just can't get in sync early.
Yeah, they're down 14-0. They've had terrible field position for the most part. They're now 3rd and 17. That's Tariq Cohen in motion. Trubisky, 4-man rush. Rolling, looking, lofting, nowhere. Nobody home, incomplete, and now you're punting from your own end zone.
And they weren't even trying to get a first down there. All they were trying to do was create a little bit of space to help out their punter O'Donnell. And they didn't get that one because the coverage was so tight. Look at what we were talking about. They've got 5 penalties already. Fumble, interception, missed field goal. And O'Donnell has to make sure he does not step back. If he does out of the back of the end zone, that's a safety.
Barner back deep to receive for Philadelphia. And that one got a piece. The Eagles got a piece of that one from O'Donnell. And it's going to roll. Look at Barner pulling his teammate away so he didn't touch the ball. Well, the Eagles got pressure. They didn't see who it was. But definitely someone got a piece of that football coming through the line. There it is. Philadelphia dominating in this first half.
It's the little Saint Nick. Little Saint Nick.
Nailed it. We'll work on it. Take notes, son. Number 1, T-Mobile gives you 2 iPhone 8s for the price of 1. One person gets an awesome gift, and so does the next guy.
You're one wise dude, Dad.
Say it again.
You one wise dude, Dad.
Twice as nice.
Great things come in 2s when you holiday together at T-Mobile. Right now, buy 1 iPhone 8, get 1 on us.
I got this.
Go deep.
You want to keep chasing your dreams. We make sure you never have to stop.
One way or another, I'm gonna find ya. I'm gonna get you one day. Maybe next week, I'm gonna meet ya. I'll meet ya.
If you like your pizza loaded with cheese, then have we got a crust for you. Pizza Hut's Ultimate Cheesy Crust Pizza. 16 cheesy pockets overflowing with a 5-cheese blend of melted cheeses. Only from Pizza Hut and only for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Alexa, play Finn's birthday playlist.
Okay.
Hey.
You're gonna be here today, right?
Yeah, of course.
Alexa, cross pinata off my to-do list.
I've checked off pinata.
Alexa, show me a nearby pizza place.
Alexa,
dim the lights.
Alexa, thank you.
My pleasure.
Week 12 continues later today on CBS, then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC, and tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Engage Quantum Drive.
Viewerville, all new Thursdays on Fox.
Well, this is absolutely smart football. Kenyon Barner's telling his team to get away from the football. It's a Peter call. Universal. Peter, get away from it. Realizes Jalen Watkins is occupied and can't respond. So what does he do? He grabs him to get him away from the football so the ball doesn't hit him and give Chicago a chance to jump on it for a recovery. That's excellent football IQ by Kenyon Barner.
That was pretty great. LeGarrette Blount in the game. 6 carries, 52 yards for him so far. Here's Wentz on the fake. Little toss over the middle. Ertz has it. First down and then some. And he's down to the 32. Looked like the ball came loose, but Ertz has it.
So watch Ertz here with Sam Acho, number 93. Gives Acho a little shake and gets past him before Acho can occupy him. And then he gets into the secondary and finishes off the play. Just a little easy pop pass off of a play-action fake. And Zach Ertz is having a monster year. You have to name him with the best tight ends in this league in 2017.
Wentz all day. You know what? I'm just going to run it. So he does, and he'll slide down at the 25. The Bears without Leonard Floyd are hurting in their pass rush department today.
It's really difficult for them because he's their best edge rusher and creates the most chaos. Pernell McPhee, number 92, Sam Acho, number 93. They're good pass rushers, but they're not dynamic like Leonard Floyd.
Hand off, Blount, patient. And he's going full forward. It'll bring up about a 3rd down and 1 coming up here.
But you know, as aggressive as Doug Peterson is, he's probably thinking this is a 4-down territory deal. 3rd and 1, he runs out the big guys again. Number 73, Isaac Seumalo. Number 87, Brent Selleck. So he'll show heavy set. But at some point, he's going to show that heavy set, Kevin, and let Wentz go ahead and bootleg it out of there or fake it and go for something bigger. Here, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go ahead and just run the football.
Torrey Smith, the only wide receiver, top of your screen. It'll be a 3rd down and 1. Fake to Ajayi. Wentz, pressure, steps away. Down he goes. The Bears had good pursuit. Jonathan Bullard is the man that got it done, and it brings up 4th down. It looks like they'll kick.
Well, it was set up, but I didn't think it was going to happen then. I thought they'd go ahead and run it. Okay, so watch down in here, okay? Big Bullard. Look at the push he gets. Excuse me, I had the wrong guy, sir. I had Akeem Hicks circled, and Bullard ends up running him down.
So now it's Jake Elliott. He was concussed in the game against Dallas last week, but cleared the protocol back today. This will be a 45-yard field goal attempt for Elliott. And that is perfect. Put himself in the Eagles' lore with a 61-yard field goal to win a game against the Giants. Back healthy, adding to the lead. Eagles 17, Bears nothing. 6:52 to go in the first.
You're Drew Brees. I'm sorry to bother you, but my car broke down, and I'd really appreciate a ride to the stadium.
Yes! But no, I have to stay here and wait for a package.
I thought anybody who rooted for me would have FedEx Delivery Manager. That way you can sign for your packages remotely and even customize your delivery time. Excuse me, sir. Could you take me to the stadium?
Sure, hop in.
Thank you.
Hope you like jazz fusion. Squid up one. Sorry.
Customize your deliveries with FedEx Delivery Manager.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable. Just like some people like wet grocery bags. Getting a bad haircut. Overcrowded trains. Turnstiles that don't turn.
Oh, yeah!
And spilling coffee on themselves. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. And this weekend only, get a $200 reward card. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
So what's big man Joe Staley doing? He's celebrating a touchdown he didn't score. The odds of a guy like Joe scoring a real touchdown are the same as 0. Worming his way out of here.
What we're going to
have you do is each have a bite of 2 different burgers. One is flame grilled, the other one is fried on the flat top.
Definitely flame grilled.
Yeah. So much better. What you're saying is that we should destroy this flat top.
Flat top is my enemy.
Get 2 flame grilled Whopper sandwiches for just $6. Only at Burger King.
The Assassination of Gianni Versace premieres Wednesday, January 17th on FX.
The Big Ten Championship, Ohio State, Wisconsin. Unbelievable! Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Try the 2 for $6 Whopper sandwich deal today only at Burger King. And by AT&T.
17-0 Philadelphia. They've won 8 in a row. They continue their high-flying offensive show, number 1 in the league. And I'll tell you, Charles, we got here at 9:45 in the morning, and it was unbelievable the amount of people that were here 3.5 hours for the game today.
And Carson Wentz was out warming up already.
Yeah, you're right. You were right. Now, granted, it is an absolutely gorgeous November day as Cohen on the kick stutters, looks to make a move out near the 25. So the possessions in this game, well, it's not gone Chicago's way, I can tell you that. I mean, now granted, their first possession was on their own 5, so that was a tough one. But then the interception, then they had good field position. Actually, at midfield, they had to punt there, a missed field goal, and there you go. Injury for Philadelphia. It's Joe Walker, who is their starting middle linebacker now after Jordan Hicks went out a few weeks ago. Key special teams player as they look at him.
They can always move Nigel Bradham into the middle. And Najee Good could come into the game if they want to play their base set.
Bradham calls the plays.
He's the signal caller now since Jordan Hicks has gotten hurt. He's the one who has the sticker on his helmet and the communication with Jim Schwartz, the defensive coordinator. And he has had, and you know, we get stuck with hyperbole a lot. He's literally had a Pro Bowl level year, has Nigel Bradham. Covering the pass game well, tackling strong in the run game. Now taking over is the signal caller. So Walker's 59, okay? 59 in green. Trying to help break up the play.
Yeah, it's hard to tell there. Maybe a muscular injury below the belt.
You know something? I think having had experience with that one, I see it.
Yeah.
That's like a stinger shoulder. See how he's holding his hand and flexing? And see how he's holding it stiff by his side? I think that's more of what happened there. I think when he was taking on the block and tried to shock the blocker, something happened there.
That would be a good thing. 1st and 10 Bears looking to get anything going. They do not have a first down so far in this game. And Jordan Howard, 3rd in the league in rushing, has 3 carries for 4 yards. Here's Howard this time. Running right, looking for some room, just not much there. As Kendricks went in on the tackle. And that's the thing. Look, the Bears right now are a 3-win team, but they've got this guy's 3rd in the league in rushing. They've got to get him going at least a little bit.
And not only that, with a 17-0 lead for Philadelphia, you've got to get him going to take the pressure off of Trubisky. You're not at a stage with a rookie quarterback where you say, let's throw it 40 more times the rest of the game, Mitchell, and let Philadelphia pin their ears back and come get it. Right. They got to keep the pressure tamped down on him, too.
Howard again breaks through the initial tackles, but then the second wave is right there and no gain. Najee Good, as Charles predicted, in there now with Walker out, and he makes the tackle.
But the thing about this Eagles team, it's not like they've sailed to this 9-1 record with no bumps along the way. They've lost some significant players, some for the season, and they find ways to shift people around, fill in the right spots, and get increased play from guys off the bench.
There is Chris Long, who's been a wonderful veteran addition, going against his brother Kyle today, the right guard for Chicago. 3rd and 8. Trubisky. Pressure. Dumps it off. Gets rid of it. And that is not going to get it done. It's Howard, but he's tackled 4 yards shy of a first down. And the Bears continue without a first down here in this first half.
And you know what else continues for Philadelphia? The tremendous open field tackling we've seen all year long. Passes are completed. there's not much yardage after the catch for anyone, and witness that one there with Jordan Howard trying to pick up a first down.
Keep in mind the last punt, Stephen Means, number 51, got a piece of it. O'Donnell to try it again. This time uncontested, but not a great kick again. He's had a rough day. This is short. And down to the 31. And that's where Carson Wentz will take over. And he has had an MVP year for this Eagles team. Coming into today, here's what Wentz has done, okay? 9-1, that's the most wins in the league. That'll work. But how has it happened? 25 touchdown passes, most in the NFL. He's got 2 more today. Third down rating, best in the league, 124.4. That certainly helps. And in the red zone, absolutely dominant. 17 touchdowns, no interceptions, and
0 sacks taken in the red zone as well, which means you don't get yourself kicked out of field goal position.
That's why it's all working for this offense right now. Number 1 in the league, and with a 17-0 lead. 4:38 to go in this first half, and they will run the ball. It is Blunt. Big hole. Penalty, though, flies. And we'll see if this one will indeed come back.
It's going to be a hold. I think that Brent Selleck seems to be protesting.
Holding, number 87, offense, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
I would say that he disagrees with the call.
Anyone actually hold and say, hey, Walt, you know what, you're right, good call. Did that ever happen?
Nope, I don't believe so. I've never heard of that. You see him working right there. And see, right there, when you saw number 92, Pernell McPhee, tried to make the move, did you see that little bit of a jerk right there? And he also got him underneath the mask. So while he doesn't believe he did it in real time, the replay shows that they got it.
So that'll move it back. 1st and 20. That's Smith in motion. They'll run it again. Blunt, big hole right side. Leaping over people is Blunt. Look at him pushing the pile forward. First down. My goodness, a gain of 22. Blunt the hurdler.
All right, watch the right side of the line here. Lane John, 65, Selleck, 87, 62, Jason Kelsey, the center. There's the hurdle where he did his Edwin Moses impression. I'm showing my age right now as he goes right over the top of Eddie Jackson, the rookie out of Alabama. How about Ronaldo Nehemiah? Okay, he did play in the NFL. All right, we'll go Skeets on that one. And look at those guys celebrating the blocks they gave LeGarrette Blunt.
Blunt's got 78 rushing yards on 8 carries in this first half. Did have a fumble, too. Wentz will throw it. It's a 3-man rush. Steps up, and Selleck bobbled, couldn't hang on, and it's incomplete. Now, the game break, this time we check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. We head to Atlanta. Falcons leading 10-3 in the second when Matt Ryan finds Julio Jones for this 25-yard touchdown. Julio's second today after having just 1 in his first 10 games. They are up 17-3. Kevin, Charles, and Pam.
Carissa, thanks. So here's the thing about the Falcons. It looks like they're coming together. They came into today 6-4. You know what they were last year at this time?
6-4. But it felt different, didn't it? Because
did.
They merged last year, and everyone expected it to be great from the start this year.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, here they come.
Feel like they're coming together. Ajayi in the game at running back, but they'll throw. Here is Wentz. Gonna let it fly. Gonna go deep. Aguilar just missed. Little shy. Aguilar couldn't catch up. He had coverage from Kyle Fuller.
Let's see if Aguilar stumbled a little bit here as he makes his break, and that's really good coverage. See Kyle Fuller, and you notice what he did, Kevin? Did you see the inside arm of Kyle Fuller down below the waist of Nelson Aguilar? That takes that hand out of the sight line of the officials and slows up the receiver a little bit. Notice that little stumble by Aguilar? That's a smart play by Fuller. It's not obvious, but just enough to knock him off his route, and he can't go get the football.
3rd and 10. Wentz, 3-man rush again. Stands in, fires complete. Aguilar's got it now, the spot. I think he's got it, but we'll see where they actually mark the football here. Our yellow line is pretty close to official. Looks like he's going to be short. So let's see, Doug Peterson's gone for it on 4th once. Does he do it again?
I think that he does with a 17-0 lead, and he's going to go right to the line of scrimmage, I think. Watch Aguilar working inside on Crayvon LeBlanc. Gives him a nice little shake there. Good catch, and yes, he catches a little short, and LeBlanc contacts him there. It's a good spot.
And now whistles blowing. Timeout on the field. Chicago had to take it because the Eagles went quick.
Second. Team timeout.
Yeah, they forced their hand on that one, Kevin, by what you just described. You see that one almost, and actually it was tipped by Pernell McPhee, number 92. So that's excellent concentration by Aguilar downfield to make the catch on the ball that was tipped away from him. And LeBlanc heads up right there on the play, touches him before he can get up and move towards the first down marker. And Doug Peterson forced their hand because just what you described. They came up to the line of scrimmage quickly, and so Chicago had to take a timeout to regroup before this fourth down play.
This team is 9-1. This team is aggressive. They've gone for it 12 times on fourth down. They converted 9 of them. That's a big number, in both areas. 1 of 1 so far today, and I guess Peterson threw the challenge flag to look at this.
Let's see what they announce and see if it's for the spot. Because if so, I think he got bad info from upstairs.
Yeah, I do too.
Philadelphia is challenging the forward progress spot. Then it is a first down.
Yeah, I don't think this is a first down.
Well, I think what he's going to say is when he catches it initially, it's forward progress on the first down, then he comes down behind the line. See, that's what I think that's what Doug is trying to say. Like, look, where he caught the ball was there. Then when he came down, you're not giving him forward progress. But I think it's where he's touched down, right? So when he catches it, now he's down before the unofficial line, and then LeBlanc contacts him. So to me, it's not a first down. I thought the spot was correct.
Well, why don't we ask our rules expert, Dean Blandino? I mean, Dean, might as well make you earn your money today. So good to hear from you. And let's ask you, are we missing something? Is this a first down or not?
No, I think you guys are all over it. The issue, and maybe Coach Peterson is wondering whether there's forward progress, but there has to be contact with the defender. It looks like the receiver's going to complete the catch. He goes to the ground short of the line of gain, and then he's touched down. This is going to be, the call on the field is going to be confirmed here, and Coach is going to lose his challenge. You can see there's no contact with the defender till the receiver's on the ground. At that point, where's the ball in relation to the line of gain? It's short. Good spot on the field.
Yeah, we agree with you, Dean. And by the way, don't leave your tie laying around. You might see it on me one day.
They do. Hey, this is nice. I stole this from Pereira.
Listen, you guys are both well dressed. So Dean is saying there, and Dean, thank you very much. If LeBlanc hit him as soon as he made that catch, then you can make progress. A case. But he never touched him until he was down on the ground.
And that's what Walt Coleman is reviewing right now, off of the tablet. So
I'm assuming that's what Peterson or his staff saw, right?
I think what they saw was the catch, forward progress to them was over the line, but missed the part of the rule about the contact has to happen simultaneously.
Well, anyway, I don't know if this is going to change his mind about going for it. He certainly has had more time to think about a play.
Before the game, you and I had a chance. Okay, let's see, but we're going to make the call. But before the game, we had a chance to talk to Deuce.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The receiver went back on his own and was touched down short of the line to gain.
No, he's exactly right.
Philadelphia will be charged with a timeout.
Thanks, Walt. So to me, I mean, before the game, we talked to Deuce Staley, the running backs coach of the Eagles, and he talked about the competition he has in his running backs room now. Like Garrett Blunt, Jay Ajayi, Corey Clement, Kenyon Barner. This is a perfect spot there. All of them itching to get this carry here on fourth down. Last time they came out heavy, they picked it. Remember, Carson Wentz didn't get it. I think they come out heavy here. And frankly, Deuce Staley could go out there and get this carry right now. He still looks like he could be that battering ram back he was when he played for the Eagles.
LeGarrette Blunt is the back. 4th and 1. By Wentz, he sneaks it and it works. It sounded like Wentz called an audible and he moved forward for the first down. At least it looks like it. A couple of the Bears saying they have the ball, but did not see it come out.
Did not see a signal for it. There's a first down.
It is.
Did you hear him say kill, kill?
Yeah.
So that meant he had 2 calls on. All right, so Carson Wentz had a running play on to LeGarrette Blunt, but he saw the alignment, killed it to the quarterback sneak, and picked up the first down. You know, he killed that first play. Kill, snapped the ball, surged forward, got the first down.
Time ticking down to the 2-minute warning. They get off one more play. Wentz to throw, steps up on the run, complete. There is Zach Ertz, who's got another first down. down inside the 31-yard line, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Gain of 16. Eagles offense flying. 220 yards, 17 points. They're hurdling people here in Philly.
Today we're going to talk about trucks.
Right on.
Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road midsize pickup?
I go Ram.
I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out. That's right. It's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2017s are going fast. Get special closeout pricing on our most popular Chevy trucks. That's over $8,000 total value on this Silverado All-Star. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
I made up all those stories about your father.
Okay, what?
I'm not sure who your father was.
On the first day of Christmas, my father gave to me.
You gotta find out.
Your mother was a sexual ninja.
You shot Dad.
Christmas, give me out the chain. 2 football stars on the road trip to find your daddy.
Who was that? I think it was a person. Father Figures. Rated R. December 22nd.
Now for a limited time, any Papa John's pizza is just $10. That's any Papa John's large pizza or pan pizza, only $10. Call now or order online at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
What started as a passion has grown into an enterprise. That's why I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. Now I'm earning unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase I make. Everything. What's in your wallet?
Cutting-edge plays, the perfect toss. Papa John's delivers the better ingredients of the week. Last Sunday, receiver DeAndre Hopkins caught one of quarterback Tom Savage's 2 touchdown passes. Running back Deontay Foreman rushed for a pair of scores. And defensive end Jadeveon Clowney had a pair of sacks in the Texans' win over the Cardinals. For exciting offers to make your game day even better, visit NFL.com/Papa John's.
It is really hard to not have a first down in an entire half of football, but that's what the Bears are looking at against this very good Eagles defense. No knock there, but it's just been, I mean, nothing has gone right for Chicago. And they even had a couple points where they got a couple turnovers, but weren't able to move at all. The Eagles have moved it all day. 236 yards, 154 to go in the half, up 17 and looking for more.
Hasn't taken his big shot downfield just yet. This is a prime spot.
We're going to hand it off. Coming near side, Clement, rookie, nice cut. And that's a heck of a run by the 3rd running back in this running back rotation.
Undrafted free agent out of Wisconsin who had a big last year at Wisconsin before coming here to the Eagles. Injury plagued during his time there. Got right his senior year. And how about that cut right there? And he's trying his best to get off of his running back coach Deuce Staley's list. Because when they have a missed assignment, they have to push a sled 150 yards. He has 3 of those on the board. He's trying to negotiate it down with his play today.
So the touchdown gives him a +2. He's got 6 of those. This is 2nd and short. They'll throw. Wentz, pressure, spins away. Flag coming. Wentz now just going to take it and run and keep going inside the 10, but there's a penalty flag down. Sure looked like a hold when Wentz spun out of there.
Yeah, I think this is going to be for naught. We're going to bring this one back.
Holding, number 72. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
So they said it was on Vaitai, 72. So let's see what actually ends up happening here. See, there's the hold right there. Okay? So he ends up bringing him down. And if he had been a defensive end, it was a perfect tackle. But he was an offensive tackle, so it becomes a penalty. Wentz with his 2nd big pirouette of the game. But this one doesn't go into the record books.
Charles, I say if you're going to hold, you may as well tackle, right?
Like they say, get your money's worth.
I mean, what's the point of a ticky-tack? Just bring the guy down.
Coach, I want you to know it was an actual hold. It counted.
2nd penalty on Vaitai. Moves it back to a 2nd and 11. Clement gets it. Look at the speed. Clement shifty in there. And he gets down to the 26-yard line. This is a guy that shared a number with a defensive back in the preseason and has worked his way pretty heavily into this rotation.
He was a junior at Wisconsin. Sorry about that, Kevin. He had a bad groin injury. Ended up going out of the country to get treatment to try and get himself together. Then his senior year came back and was all Big Ten and showing his wares here in the NFL.
3rd and 4. Blitz. Wentz going for it all. Going end zone. Flag flies. Incomplete. He was looking for Smith, but there was a penalty on that route, and let's see who it's on.
So Mukamura.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 20, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, he felt him slipping away, and he's just trying to hang on to Torrey Smith. So the penalty came in the first part of the route. And you know what Corey Clement did? Stepped up in pass protection and saved his quarterback and allowed him to make that throw downfield. That's something that the running backs of the Eagles have been criticized for heavily here in the early part of the season. I think they've taken it to heart and have gotten a little bit better.
I asked Doug Peterson, who's the best blitz pickup running back. He said Darren Sproles. He's not playing, but he said Clement is really, really good at it.
Well, he did it on the last play, and he's in again right now.
32 seconds in the half. Wentz has time. Looking. Going end zone, and that is incomplete. Pretty good coverage there. He's trying to get it to Jeffrey. And while we have a moment, let's check in with Kurt Menefee.
Coming up on the the Patriots are looking to put the Dolphins to sleep early. The Chiefs try not to nap against the Bills, and the Browns try to wake up as they take on the Bengals. Kick back and put your feet up. The Visa halftime is next.
That is great. Terry, wake up. You're on in 27 seconds. 2nd and 10. They're going to run it. Clemens looking around the middle, down to the 10, and a first down. Philadelphia likely to call timeout here, and they do. And while they do, we'll be back in 30 seconds after this message from Lowe's.
Hello, Mr. Snowman.
The moment you realize your snowman is melting and he's not made of snow.
At Lowe's, we have all the decorations you need to make your home magical for Christmas. All projects have a starting point. Start with Lowe's.
Black Friday deals are still happening at Lowe's. Save up to $149 on select artificial Christmas trees.
So Corey Clement, we're showing you his versatility here. How cool is this? He went to Glassboro High School in New Jersey. It's pretty close by. Charles, he has a New Jersey State record 479-yard rushing game in high school.
Won a lot of championships, too, didn't he?
He did.
I mean, they were a big-time program. Went to Wisconsin. Had an excellent career there. Battled some injuries. His senior year, magnificent again. But went undrafted. I think the injuries hurt him a little bit. Some people thought size. But at the beginning of this game, I described a three-headed backfield thusly. Okay? Corey Clement, slasher. The Garrett Blunt is much more of the pounder, with a blunt force object. And Jay Ajayi, a little more long speed. You're seeing the slashing ability from Clement on this drive.
You're seeing it all. Blunt's in there now on a 3rd down and 1. They say he was a little short on that last play. So on 3rd, they fake the run. Wentz, pressure up the middle, running away, diving forward, first down, and now 13 seconds. Do they call their final timeout? They do. And so 12 seconds to go in this first half, and the final timeout. I mean, there's two ways to look at this. You know, the Eagles offense, look, the Bears have been awful today. Let's call it what it is. But the Eagles offense, I think this is pretty real. And I'm curious if you think what we're seeing and what we've seen the last month of them, if they are indeed this good.
Oh, they are. There's no doubt in my mind. And someone asked me about this during the week. And the reason I think, and let's just take it the entire team, not just the offense, they can play any style you want to play. If you want to grind it out, they've got the guys that grind it out on the ground running it, and the defensive front is #1 in the league against the run. So if you want to play fast-paced, Wentz will do that as well. And the defense, they fly around and make plays. So any way you want to play the Eagles right now, they're up for the challenge.
They've outgained Chicago 264 yards to 34. They've got 15 first downs to the Bears, none. I mean, it's hard to get a more lopsided first half. It's still 12 seconds to go.
And the Bears have their full offensive line intact for this game. And it's a pretty decent one.
Yeah, it is. Kenyon Barner in the game in the backfield now. No timeouts left for the Eagles. Wentz, four-man rush coming near side, incomplete for Barner. This relationship with Wentz and Doug Peterson, I'd say they're on the same page, or in this case, the same play calling page. Wait, Doug, flip it back over.
I like that one more. And that's the beauty of a second-year quarterback who's fully invested and able to tell the coach and articulate what he likes and why.
Also a head coach to be egoless and allow it to happen. True. Second down, Wentz, pump fake over the middle. Throws it, touchdown, it's Jeffrey.
So here's Jeffrey. Watch him move into the end zone. But how about the touch on the pass by Wentz? He's got to throw it over the top of Christian Jones, number 52. But not so far. It's out of the end zone. He put it up there where Alshon Jeffrey, the former basketball star, 6'3", nearly 220 pounds, could go up and get it and come down in the end zone.
Very calmly and casually, with just 5 seconds to go in the half, Elliott, extra point up and good. And Philadelphia is burying Chicago here in this celebration. They took a photo earlier. They all fall down this time.
Strike. Bowling pins down. There it is. Roll them. So for a team that says that they don't practice or choreograph, they get the word spread pretty quickly on a touchdown, don't they? Are we still buying that they don't practice it?
I don't believe it.
Carson's got to convince me a second time.
I don't believe it. Eagles 13 plays, 69 yards, 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Think Alshon Jeffrey's happy? His former team, first game against them, didn't talk about it according to his teammates, but they knew it was there, and he's putting on a show. And what's interesting, too, Kevin, last year, Alshon with the Bears against the Eagles, he had a big day as well. So this guy can do it no matter what uniform he's wearing. They're really happy to have him. He had 5 for 96 last year with Chicago.
Elliott with a little pooch kick, and the Bears will take a knee, so they'll have one more play if they want it. Somehow, I don't think that they will take it.
They just need to get out of here and get into the locker room. They don't need anything else to go wrong here in the first half.
272 yards to 34 is the number going to break. Bears will take a knee. They're going to try and figure out what hit them here in this first half in Philadelphia. It hit harder than a punch from Rocky, I'll tell you that. Let's take a look at some fun from Week 11 with Sounds from the Field, brought to you by Walmart.com, now offering free 2-day shipping.
Last time I checked, we beat everybody in the division so far. He went through my soul. Keep it up. You keep it up, man. I know. We're gonna try. Oh, got all you youngsters I gotta hang with.
Halftime here in South Philly. Eagles 24, Bears nothing. Phillies won 8 in a row, looking great and knocking down strikes. To the studio with Kurt we go.
911, what's your emergency?
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones you lose. But when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
Get her to the hospital.
I can help you.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
There's one road that will always remain the same. It's familiar. It's comfortable. And its destination is somewhere we never quite left. It's the road home.
Right now, receive a credit of $3,000 on the BMW X5 xDrive 40e.
Right now, during the Hyundai Black Friday sales event, we're tagging Hyundai cars and SUVs with some of the season's biggest savings. Like the Tucson, tagged at just $129 a month.
Wow, this deal is crazy good.
And every new Hyundai comes backed by America's best warranty. So stay out of the red and in the black this holiday season. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. Get better Black Friday deals. Lease a Tucson for just $129 a month or get up to $4,000 in total savings. Hurry, event ends November 30th.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. It's a dump truck this year. The Hess truck's here.
This holiday season, the tradition continues with the 2017 Hess Dump Truck and Loader. With hydraulic lift, realistic lights and sounds, track action power, and expansion crane. Free shipping and 5 Energizer batteries included.
A tradition each year. The Hess truck's here.
Order now only at HessToyTruck.com.
Automatic emergency braking. It stopped for you. Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Get Black Friday savings now. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month, or get a low $109 per month lease on the 2017 Sentra. See Star Wars: The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
Welcome to the Visa Halftime Report. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Let's talk about a dominant first half. 40 plays to 17, 24 first downs to 0. That's how you have a 24-0 lead at the break. As we welcome you to Visa Halftime, Terry Bradshaw, how about more highlights?
All right, coach is standing in line trying to go home, but he can't see this. Cam Newton on a bootleg, 1-yard keeper. Panthers do, though, go on and miss the extra point. Good ball game, 12-10. Carolina on top of the Jets. Buccaneers at the Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, the wide receiver. Notice he bobbled it up. A little play action, actually. And then he lays it up, a rainbow, a beautifully thrown ball to Julio Jones, a 51-yard touchdown. Julio Jones' second touchdown receiving on the year, coming in with only one. But back comes Matt Ryan. Beautiful throw, great route. You could have seen that whole route, how he set that corner up for a 25-yard touchdown. It is 20-6. Falcons awfully impressive, trying to win 3 in a row, I believe it is.
Who?
Yeah, them. I was at the coach, Frank Gore.
This is the producer, sorry.
Frank Gore, 33 yards rushing in the first half, 14 coming right there, straight up the middle, 13-6. Colts on top of the Titans. Dolphins at the Patriots. Tom Brady setting back. Looking to the left side, a quick out, down and out. Boy, you see this time and time again, you'd think everybody could stop it, but those two are just too good, 21-10. New England on top of Miami. Bills at the Chiefs, still no offense for Kansas City. Tyrod Taylor back at the starting quarterback position for Buffalo. Back of the end zone, he finds Zay Jones on an 11-yard touchdown. A little roll left. There it is, 13-3 over Kansas City. What's wrong with Kansas City's offense? Play action, bringing it back. Andy Dalton, Tyler Boyd just ran straight. Linebacker came up and voided his position, so Boyd went where he was. 16-6, Bengals on top of the Browns.
All right, the only question left. Are the Eagles by far the best team in the league? They just keep rolling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right now. And I think, how can you not pick against them right now? But I think with Carson Wentz, the way he's playing, Zach Ertz, all-pro tight end as far as I'm concerned this year. Last week, he only had 2 catches for 8 yards. So they're looking for ways to get him involved early today. And if you look at it, you see right now motioning down, and then he's going to come across the formation. And I know this play doesn't go for yards, but it's just to let you know the different ways they're trying to get their all-pro involved. Then he releases right there from the type of line of scrimmage. We call that a bang 8, and he runs it perfectly for the touchdown, right on the money by Carson Wentz. And then right there, a little bunch formation, getting another quick throw. You have to get this guy involved, as far as I'm concerned, to go with Nelson Aguilar and to go with Alshon Jeffrey with that running game. You talk about an offense that, wow, they're riding this thing all the way to the Super Bowl, it looks like.
They don't play down to the competition. And you know, you talk about
They ask no quarter, they give no quarter, regardless of who the team is they're facing. And it's evident today, going forward on multiple fourth downs and the way they work the clock at the end of the half, not settling for a field goal, wanting the touchdown. They want more. They want you to get 0 yards rushing, 0 yards passing. This defense is phenomenal. Everyone talks about Wentz. This defense is pretty darn good.
And we talked about the pregame show, and you said they don't play down to the competition, which we see so many teams they do it at some point. But this is just a dominating defense. I mean, 33 total yards by the Chicago Bears today in the first half. But Chicago also has 36 penalty yards, so they're -3 on the day. That's just, you're not going to win a game, obviously, but when you're the Philadelphia Eagles and you're rolling like this, you just hope that you can keep this consistency all the way through. You have teams who goes, roller coaster ride, peak early and then fall off late.
We've seen that with teams, and normally they'll have that little but we'll say, well, eventually they're going to have a slide and someone's going to slip in and beat them, and then that's going to wake them up, and then they're going to get back in there. But you can't actually get on a run and take it all the way to the Super Bowl. It's only, 16? You ask yourself, can you give me 16 days of your life where you play great? 16 days of work's all the money they're making, then go into 2 playoff games, and then to the Super Bowl.
Let the money go.
Let the money go?
Look, they're doing it right now. You want to put it in historical perspective? The Eagles are trying to become just the 3rd team since the merger to win 4 straight games by 23 points or more. Wow. They're up 24-0 right now in firm control. Nelson Aguilar with the Visa play of the first half.
Brought to you by Visa, official payment partner of the NFL. You want to keep chasing your dreams. We make sure you never have to stop.
The 4 is a new singing competition that begins where others end.
After a global search, we start with the 4 finalists.
Every week, they will face off against new challengers.
Vocal gladiators. Heart of a lion. Fire inside me blaze like a siren.
It's do or die.
Only one will win. Be ready for the next superstar.
The 4, Battle for Stardom, premieres January 4th.
Let's do it.
On Fox.
It's official, the holidays are here. Lease the 2017 Forte LX for only $119 a month at Kia's Light Up the Holidays sales event.
To the Empire!
An all-new Empire, Wednesdays at 8 on Fox.
My cause is a creative one. What I'm trying to build is what I call an adventure park. This idea of awesomeness all in one place. A safe space where anything is possible. The birth of imagination, the growth of imagination starts with play. Community libraries on this playground so that you could take a book or leave a book. If the future of the world is in the hand of creative kids, then I'm excited about that.
From executive producer LeBron James.
How do you want your story told? That we are undisciplined black kids in the inner city?
A powerful story about hope.
We live this struggle every day.
And redemption.
We all trying to have something.
And the coach who inspires his team to believe.
What up, dog?
Good to see you, man.
You ready to do this?
First things first, I'm Nick Rice. That's the Hall of Famer Chris Carter. What up, CC?
You get service, value, and trust at Meineke. Total car care since 1972.
The Season of Adventure sales event is happening now. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Taking a drive to see the holiday lights. Brought some candy so the kids don't fight.
Off to Grandma's to celebrate. Had to detour, so we're gonna be late. Holiday Road.
Get on the holiday road in a Honda Pilot.
See your dealer for great holiday deals during the Happy Honda Days sales event.
Volatile markets, something we all think about as we head into retirement. It's why Bright House Financial is committed to help protect what you've earned and ensure it lasts. Introducing Shield Annuities, a line of products that allow you to take advantage of growth opportunities while maintaining a level of protection in down markets, so you can head into retirement with confidence. Talk with your advisor about Shield Annuities from Bright House Financial, established by MetLife.
This year, Toyota's Black Friday deals are just too great to wait. So from now through November 30th, every day is Black Friday. Test drive the all-new 2018 Camry, and you'll fall in love with its aggressive new style and thrilling performance. And drive confidently, because Camry comes with Toyota Safety Sense Standard, an advanced suite of active safety technology at no extra cost. Visit buyatoyota.com today to find the hottest Black Friday deals in your nearest tri-state Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
You cannot wear a Raiders jersey to my family's Christmas dinner. Turn it off. Just turn the lights off.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
First half celebrations brought to you by Pepsi. I mean, the bowling one's pretty good. Let's be real. That is, Eagles have had a lot of time to celebrate today because they're dominating this game, 24-0. Look at the yardage. Look at the first downs. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger or better for the NFL's best team right now. 9-1, winners of 8 in a row, and on cruise control heading into this second half. And the Bears will get the ball to start this third quarter. Here's Tariq Cohen. Up to the 20. Big hole. Cohen, 35. Across the 40. Good return for the rookie, Tariq Cohen. Down to the sidelines we go with Pam.
Hey there, Kevin. I talked to both coaches at halftime. First, John Fox, I asked him about the offense, and he said, you know what, we're going to go back to basics. It's not nearly as hard as we're making it look. Meantime, Josh Sitton, he is out for the rest of the ball game. Meantime, for the Eagles, Doug Peterson told me that offensively, yeah, I know the numbers, but that we only worry about us. Defensively, he wants them to keep their foot on the gas.
Pam, thanks. I'm not sure what basics are at this point. Here's Howard looking to get the run, and I think maybe that's it, Charles. Just trying to get the run game going. But as good as the Bears are as a run team and as a run blocking team with Howard, the Eagles happen to have the league's best run defense.
And they're so quick to the football. And remember that wide nine that people talk about. It looks like there are natural gaps to run the football. But Jim Schwartz couples it with a linebacking core and secondary that covers some of those gaps quicker than what defenses see. He says, yeah, it's a box, but it's a hard 8-man box. And it is difficult to move the ball against them.
They'll throw it this time high and incomplete. Certainly can make a case that Inman could have come down with that one. And a third down and 9. So you heard Pam say that Sitton is out for the day, the starting left guard for Chicago. Number 79, Bradley Sowell, is the guy who'll play for him on that left side. Chicago is 0 of 5 on third down so far today. Again, did not have a first down in the entire first half. Just looking for anything right now. Trubisky, blitz coming, steps up, throws, and he's got a first down and a completion. Something for the young quarterback to get going. It's Daniel Brown, not the author, the tight end.
The bestseller?
Right.
Love it. And what a nice job by Trubisky recognizing zone blitz. They dropped the defensive tackle out, ran a linebacker in, and he actually hit him in the hole where the linebacker had come from. So essentially, he replaced the blitz with the football and the pass to Daniel Brown. Nice recognition by the rookie quarterback.
So maybe that gets the Bears going. Trubisky in trouble. Graham, strip sack. Ball is loose. And Chicago recovered. Or maybe not. Bobby Massey alert to jump on it, but Brandon Graham came through with the sack.
So watch Graham. There he is out wide, working against Bobby Massey. So Massey's going to know where the ball is because his man beat him. And he knocks the ball out before the arm comes forward. So Massey beats him to the ball because he's trailing Brandon Graham because Graham beat him on the pass rush. Alert play by Massey. Knew exactly where it was going to occur.
Cohen in motion. They fake it to him. Trubisky's going to throw. Has time. Near side, it's Howard. Makes the catch. Across midfield. Howard picks up a nice gain down to the 43. Game break time. Let's say hello to Carissa Thompson.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Julio Jones said Atlanta got their swagger back. Sure looks like it. Tevin Coleman finishes off a 78-yard drive with that 3-yard run. Falcons lead this one 27-6. And Charles, tight race in that NFC South.
Yeah, and it's going to get a lot tighter, Carissa. We're going to see those Falcons next week. A monster home game against the Minnesota Vikings, who are setting the pace in the NFC North.
Last time the Eagles didn't allow a first down the first half, that was 92. That's a long time. Benny Cunningham in the game for Chicago on a 3rd and 9. And long jumped. Was he baited is the question. Well, there's Kyle. Chris is the one that came streaming off sides.
Delay of the game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
You know, you look at this game, and I know it's not going the Bears' way, but Kyle Long go against his brother Chris for I think only the 3rd time. And Kyle was awesome talking about it yesterday, about their brother relationship, right?
Well, I naturally thought that, you know, they were rough and tumble guys and brawled a little bit, and did their mom Diane have to kick him out of the house? He said, no, Chris is more of a model guy. Didn't really treat him that way.
Trubisky going to let it go. Complete for a first down. And Inman comes down with the catch. A good arm by Mitchell Trubisky to deliver and pick up 16.
You know what we've seen with the last couple of passes from Mitchell Trubisky? Watch Inman, 17, top of your screen. Makes the nice cut. Look at that ball. Look how it's delivered. These are what they call the small victories for a developing quarterback. Make the right play. Complete the pass downfield. Hit the right guy. It doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but this is part of the development of Mitchell Trubisky, and that's why they're excited to have him in Chicago.
And now we get more movement. So we'll look at the penalty here. You know, I want to go back to the longs, though, here.
Encroachment, number 98, defense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
And, you know, you could tell it was special for him. He's like, I'm starting to see it, you know, in the future, talk about it if I have a kid, things like that. He said, but I'll tell you, you know, Chris is the type of guy, you know, maybe I'll look over and one time I'll see him and I'll kind of laugh a little bit. But then the next time, say if they stop us on a 3rd down, he'll come by and say, hey, nice job on 3rd down.
Yeah, he's going to be a little more of the sarcastic sort. Yeah, real good play call there. Nicely done.
And Kyle said, get out of my face. First down here to try and get the run game going. And that is not going to get it done. Penalty flag flies as well. Eagles may have jumped there again. So Walt Coleman's crew will work it out.
Offside, 97, defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
So a little sloppy for Philadelphia, but just to tie it up on Kyle Long, he is playing through a lot of stuff to try and help his rookie quarterback. He said that's why he's still playing, basically.
He's got a shoulder issue, fingers issue, ankle issue from last year. And when I say issue, I'm really kind of dumbing it down a little. He's playing through a lot of significant stuff to be out there and play with his teammates.
First down. They will try the run to Howard. That's not going to get there. He actually had a funny story. He said, you know, we're on the team flights and we have the same flight attendants every year. And you see, he's just fighting through it. He is tough. And the flight attendants always says, hey, you know, how's the injuries? How's your shoulder? And he's like, you know what? Better you don't ask. How about just, can I have some gummy bears?
Yeah, let's not go through it. Just how about the gummy bears and let's get to the next city.
But I will say he was over the top in his praise about Trubisky.
Trubisky upbeat about his team.
Yes.
He doesn't think they're as far away as the record indicates. So we'll see how things continue to develop in Chicago.
Look at this, a little razzle-dazzle, but there's no dazzle. Vinny Curry blew it up.
Now, Vinny Curry gets overlooked a lot because of the new rookie, Derek Barnett, out of Tennessee. In fact, Barnett's starting to take more plays from him. But watch Curry. He has been a force here in the second half. This is the third play in my mind that I've seen him make so far in this half. He wears number 75 because he's from Marshall. That celebrates the 75 people lost in the crash in the 1970s. But you know who he's a big fan of? The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Wants to be a pro wrestling aficionado, and he celebrates that one.
3rd and 21. Eagles may have jumped again. There's another flag. Give it to Howard. Has some blocks. Wiggins made down to the 20, but again, another penalty here. And we'll have to sort this one out.
Offside, number 75, defense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So, see, you had to pump him up.
Well, he was so juiced up from that last play, wanted to make another one. You know? I mean, you know, you got Rocky music going on in the stadium. He just made a big play on the reverse. Wants to get after the quarterback a little bit more. They have been sloppy this second half on defense, though, with those types of penalties. They'll have to get that cleaned up.
Bears need to get to the 12. Trubisky going far side complete, but that is going to be well shy of a first down. It's McBride on the catch. And a 4th down, it looks like a field goal try. Just try to get something going here. Now for Fox, who's obviously a very accomplished coach in this league, been to Super Bowl. It has not been how he envisioned it here in Chicago. And for Cairo Santos, just signed this week after they released Connor Barth. He already has a field goal miss, but it was a long one, 54. This one from 38, much more reasonable. The former Chief. Hold and snap are good, and so is the kick. So Santos redeems himself, and finally the Bears get on the board here in this second half. Well, we talked about the longs. There's the happy long. That would be Kyle. Sad long. Well, he's happy there, Chris. Sad momentarily.
Story is the reason for transparency.
In your life, you're the quarterback, and your truck is your offensive line. Better make it the new 2018 Ford F-150. So powerful it moves the things you need moved. So smart it can detect the things you can't detect. And so tough it never, ever throws in the towel. Hut, hut, gunslinger. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar. And it's proud to bring you the Built Ford Tough Offensive Line of the Week on NFL.com.
What is love? Love is what inspires me. Love is being awakened by a kiss. Love is finding calm in your partner's arms. Love is intimate. Love is everlasting. Love is a diamond. If there's one thing I know, it's couples in love. From the runway to the wedding aisle to the most romantic day of their lives, I'm there. Each piece of my jewelry collection is designed with lovers in mind. The Vera Wang Love Collection at Zales, the Diamond Store.
Right now at Burger King, get 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and a drink for just $3.49. That's 2 flame-grilled cheeseburgers, fries, and a drink for just $3.49. It's a big deal on an even bigger meal, only at Burger King.
The Big Ten Championship, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Coverage begins Saturday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
24-3, Eagles lead the Bears. Along with Pam Oliver, Charles Davis, I'm Kevin Burkhardt. Our entire NFL on Fox crew, our director Artie Kempner, producer Pete Macheska, and our fantastic crew. Glad to have you on a Sunday. Really warm Sunday here in November. Temperatures got to the 50s today.
See the North Dakota State contingent here? There's always a contingent of North Dakota State Bison fans here to see Carson Wentz.
Well, we welcome those of you watching at Bismarck today. There you go. Carson Wentz. So we told you why he's been an MVP type guy. He's lived up to it in the first half, right? Wentzylmania, that's what they call it here. Because he has been dominant on third down. He's been dominant on the red zone. He's got a spin move like nobody else. And it's mixing and matching, tossing it around, and just delivering at big moments. He looks so poised in only a second year.
3 touchdown passes, 3 different targets. So when you're trying to do game plan on defense and just what you talked about, all the things that we showed that he's great at, 5 of 5 on third down, 3 or 4 red zone, he's getting it done.
So the Eagles start out. Wentz will throw it. Jeffrey a little low, and behind him, incomplete. Jeffrey had a big first half, 5 for 52, and a touchdown against his former team.
I found it interesting on our NFL kickoff show. They had a nice discussion with Carissa, and Tony, and Coach, and Mike Vick. They talk about who's more valuable for the Eagles. Is it Zach Ertz, the tight end? Is it Alshon Jeffrey? And Tony Gonzalez said Alshon Jeffrey. He makes the big plays. He creates things for them. Well, he paid Tony G off in the first half, didn't he?
The tight end went against the tight end.
Yes, and Zach Ertz had a pretty good half himself.
He did. They all did. Blunt also had a good first half. And he is going to work his way to the 30. LeGarrette Blunt, 8 carries, 77 yards before that run right there. And Ertz had 6 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown. Told you, Jeffrey. Aguilar had the other touchdown. Just spreading the wealth. And Wentz overall, 15 of 23, 152 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Third down and 5. Wentz going to get it to Ajayi, looking for a block, and he's getting it. Breaks the tackle. First down for Philadelphia. He was patient. He got the block, and he's got the first down. And we have got a game break. Back to Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Charles, for tuning in this morning. We go to Kansas City. Chiefs down 13-3 in the third when Alex Smith finds Albert Wilson for this 19-yard touchdown. First touchdown for the Chiefs since week 9. Bills would tack on a field goal. Bills lead 16-10. Kevin, Charles, and Pam.
Thank you, Carissa.
Week 9?
What happened to them?
Since week 9? Did they use them all up in the first 8? Because remember how explosive they were to start the season?
I can't figure that one out.
I can't even fathom what's going on with that one, but they're still in this race, still leading the AFC West.
Corey Clement in the game now, running back. Aguilar in motion. They're going to dump it to Clement. A lot of green grass. Clement making moves, laying down the shoulder, and he's got a first down. Gain of 12 for Clement. You've seen all the running backs on display for Philadelphia today.
Kevin, this NFL game is becoming more and more about misdirection. Watch here. Watch the motion by Aguilar. So that takes your eyes elsewhere if you're a defense. And then, out of the hat, pops the magic trick, which is Corey Clement. So they always talk about eye discipline. All this misdirection, motion is changing things for defenses.
They'll run it to Clement here, and that time not much. We started the show talking about how they use all 3 running backs. Now today it's been a lot more Blunt, Clement second, Ajayi third. But this is the 3rd week since they made that trade with Ajayi. And Charles, there's not another team in the league. This is the last 2 games. Not another team in the league that uses 3 guys like this.
You know what it reminds me of? New Orleans Saints Super Bowl season.
It's a good call.
They used 3 running backs throughout that season, finished number 6 in the league in running the football. Add Drew Brees, and you get a Super Bowl ring out of it. This Philadelphia Eagles team leading the league right now, mixing 3 running backs, and a young quarterback is developing.
They get a flag here. That was all kinds of discombobulated.
Been hanging on my college coach, John T. Majors. That was one of his favorite words. Davis, you are so discombobulated.
It's a good one if you can get it in.
I had to go look it up, find out what was wrong.
False start, number 36, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So that's on Ajayi. So there's Deuce Staley, the running backs coach, and Doug Peterson went over the top saying, hey, this is on Deuce because you think about it. You've got 2 lead backs in that running backs room. You got a rookie who's playing, right? And you've got everybody wants the ball. Yes. But he credits Deuce for keeping that room together and making it all one. Now look, when you're winning, it helps.
Yes, but still, you're talking about everyone wants to touch the football, strong personalities. It takes a strong personality to coach them, too.
Wentz complete. Torrey Smith has the catch. He's into Chicago territory. Torrey Smith, his second catch. So here's what the running backs have done today. Again, they've all played. Blunt has played more and been more productive. Clement's done a little bit of everything. Ajayi had that 4th down conversion, which was big early.
But it's an aggressive room because it's an aggressive position. Think about it. It's contact more than anything. Pass blocking, running the football, the whole deal. You got to be an aggressive coach to make sure these guys get the message. And Deuce, he's got that part under control.
Listen, he was a tough runner here in Philadelphia. He knows all about it. This has been sloppy.
Yeah, that's Torrey Smith leaning on the play, I believe, number 82.
False start, number 82, offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
One last thing on Deuce, and we were talking today. He had some funny stuff about these running backs trying to keep them online. So he says sometimes I don't even have to be the one with criticism. You see, all these young guys are all on social media. So what did he tell us?
They walk into the room and he'll have up tweets from people telling the guys how bad they are. He said, so you guys live on social media. Here's everyone judging you. This is what they're saying about you.
That is beautiful. 3rd and 13 for the Eagles. A lot of penalties in this 3rd quarter. 24-3 Philly. Wentz pump fakes, throws. Smith has it. Takes a whack. Ooh, that's a hard shot. He's going to be about a yard shy of a 1st down. Adrian Amos, who's had a really good year at safety, and Smith is having a hard time getting up.
But what a makeup for the false start. Goes inside right into the briar patch. And as you noted, Adrian Amos trying to lower himself for the strike zone to do it correctly. Notice Amos tries not to lead with his head. He's trying to lead with his shoulder to put the whack on Torrey Smith.
Smith is hurt, and they immediately come to tend to him on the bench. That was a hard stick. Amos has played very well. A guy that started a little bit last year, fell out of favor a little bit, young and experienced. Started the last 7 games. So they're 1 yard short. It'll bring up a 4th down and 1. They're going to go for it again. Why not? They're 2 for 2 on 4th downs today. Last time they called kill. It was a quarterback sneak, and it worked. Ditto.
That's just him assessing the defense. And in this case, they made it totally obvious that it would be a sneak because he moved the back. He moved Ajayi out of the position where he could take the carry. And he just followed Jason Kelsey, number 62, his Pro Bowl center, right into the gap for a 1st down. And he's also an improved player. Kelsey, 62. Many years people thought he had trouble anchoring at the point of attack with strength and weight. He's one of the leading run blockers at center this year in the league. He's really improved his play in that area.
Fake to Ajayi. Pressure. Wentz sees it. Hit as he throws. Complete. And that's not going to go very far to Zach Ertz. Wentz get another game break. Carissa Thompson is there.
Thanks, Kevin. We head to Indianapolis following a Colts fumble. Marcus Mariota finds Delaney Walker right there in the back of the end zone for that 2-yard score. His celebration, well, a quick resuscitation, hopefully, of their second half. The Colts still lead 16-13. Kevin?
Titans are going to be resuscitating their playoff hopes if they don't wake up soon, Carissa. Thanks. Unbelievable about the Colts and Tennessee. They beat them earlier this year. Before that, they lost 11 in a row.
Yeah, and this is one that, frankly, Tennessee should go to Indianapolis and get.
They have to get that
one. Absolutely have to.
2nd down, they will run it. And that is going to get down to the 35 with blood. So a 3rd down and 6. You know, the thing is, Pam, I think, talked about this very beginning of the broadcast, with the Eagles, how they're looking at this Bears team, not looking as a trap game. And, Charles, you have to look at what they've done against, subpar teams, under 500 teams, however you want to look at it. They have murdered teams. Look at what they've done the last 4 coming in. Now, Dallas is under 500 now. It's a division rival. Denver blew them out here. San Francisco, slow start, ended up crushing them. And then Washington, a 10-point win. Then here against the Bears, they have not taken anybody lately.
No, they have not. They look at themselves, assess what they need to do first and foremost, and try and play to that standard. 3rd down. Wentz over the middle. Incomplete. He was trying for Aguilar. Even if he caught it, it would have been well shy of a 1st down. It's a good play by Cre'Von LeBlanc. Good coverage on Aguilar. Made sure he stripped the arms so he couldn't come down with the football. LeBlanc filling in for Bryce Callahan out with injury. He's doing a nice job as a nickel corner. Going to go for it again. They're 3 of 3 on 4th down, and they're going to go this one a lot longer. They've all been from 1 yard. This is 4th and 6. Wentz rolling, looking, almost intercepted. Doesn't matter. The Bears will take over on downs. Eddie Jackson could have had a pick, and the Eagles finally come up short on 4th down. Tried Wentz on the move. They'll turn the ball over, but it's been their game. Up big.
For those who know what they're really building, always unstoppable.
Mom, where's Dad?
He's still working on the lights.
Mom, it's your turn. Mom, try this.
Yeah?
Oh, Lizzie, come on outside. I want to show you something.
It's the little Saint Day.
Nailed it. We'll work on it. Take notes, son. Number 1, T-Mobile gives you 2 iPhone 8s for the price of 1. One person gets an awesome gift, and so does the next guy.
You're one wise dude, Dad.
Say it again.
You one wise dude, Dad.
Twice as nice.
Great things come in 2s when you holiday together at T-Mobile. Right now, buy 1 iPhone 8, get 1 on us.
What I want, you got, it might be hard to handle. Like a flame that burns a candle. The candle feeds the flame.
Top steak and twisted potatoes at Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
What makes the perfect holiday beer? More taste, only 96 calories, and maybe an ugly sweater. Happy holidays from Miller Lite.
24-3, Eagles lead the Bears. Philly trying to go to 10-1 on the year, win their 9th in a row. 2:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Chicago finally got on the board their last possession with a field goal. Mitchell Trubisky, I mean, to be fair, he hasn't had much of a chance today, so his numbers are going to look like that. They go out of the pistol here. Fake to Howard. Pressure coming. Trubisky in trouble. Sidearm slings it incomplete. Looking for Kendall Wright. Some injuries to discuss, so we go down to Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Kevin, a couple of injuries that we thought were happening. Alshon Jeffrey, he was in the medical tent for a little while. We're waiting for word to see if there's anything specific, but so far he's joined his teammates on the bench. Torrey Smith, he also spent some time in the medical tent. The Eagles wide receiver Hurts joined his teammates, and they are not getting medical attention at that point. So great news for that offense.
Thank you, Pammy. That would seem to be good news. Flags in this quarter have been an issue.
Been an issue all game for Chicago. They're hurting themselves.
False start, number 87, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
They're middle of the pack penalties. They're not a super heavily penalized team, but they've been ugly today. 8th penalty for them now.
It's hard enough as it is. You can't keep giving yourself these types of errors and putting yourself back. Earlier in the game, I said you've got to find your playmakers if you're Chicago. Jordan Howard has to give you big plays. Tariq Cohen has to give you big plays. Adam Shaheen. So far, that hasn't happened due in large part to Philadelphia's defense.
Trubisky lets it go high, far side of the field. He was going for Inman. And that is for Trubisky and a lot of young quarterbacks, some of the high throws. Is that a footwork thing?
It's a footwork thing. It's a timing thing because the speed of the game, no matter what changes in college, from college to the NFL, and you see that guy open, I got to get to him right now. And now your footwork's off a little bit, the ball sails a little, and your receiver takes a whack downfield, and it's incomplete at best. A lot of those high passes get tipped in the air for interceptions. So he's got to work on that, and he will continue to do so, but the talent is undeniably there.
3rd down and long. Trubisky, pressure, steps away for a moment. Now he's going to run. He's got wheels, but he's taken down for a short gain. Brandon Graham made the play, and the Bears will punt it again.
I just think this young man is going through that education of being a quarterback. It's a tough slog for him, but he's got the makeup. You can see he's got the poise out there. When they start surrounding him with better talent, guys he can throw to downfield, you're going to see him take a leap. I would not be surprised to see him take a big leap next year, similar to what Carson Wentz has done this year with Philadelphia, if they give him those weapons around him.
Well, that's definitely a part of it. Barner. Nice move, near side, out across the 25 with 1:02 to go in this 3rd quarter. All Eagles, they've been flying here in South Philadelphia for the Bears. One they'd like to forget. 24-3.
So Dave here is taking the family up to the lake for the weekend, but without the white knuckles this time. Because his new 2018 Ford F-150 has Bliss with trailer coverage. It's Brainiac smart. Not only does it watch your F-150's blind spots, it's got your trailer covered too. One less thing to spoil the weekend. No, it can't make the fish bite, but maybe they'll work on that. This is the new 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, pal. It is the bar.
Ruben, on a Sunday afternoon.
Or you can get them on Mondays or Tuesdays, all week, really.
Ruben.
The Reuben is back for a limited time at Subway. So much Reuben.
What started as a passion has grown into an enterprise. That's why I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. Now I'm earning unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase I make. Everything. What's in your wallet?
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Dylan McDermott stars in LA to Vegas, arriving this January on Fox.
I'm back! Steve Harvey hosts Miss Universe 2017 tonight on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by the 2018 Ford F-150. It doesn't just raise the bar, it is the bar.
Beautiful Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Crowd is cheering because Ryan Howard, the ex-Phillies greatest here, taking in the game, just showed him on the big board. They're also cheering because their Eagles are... There's Ryan. Helped the Phillies win a World Series.
Another big hitter in the house.
Indeed. The Eagles trying to win their 9th in a row, go to 10-1 on the year. Firmly in control in the division. They're looking for home field advantage, what they're looking at. They're going to run. It's a giant. And no gain on the play. Next Saturday on Fox, it's a biggie. I mean, I'm talking big day. Oklahoma, TCU, Big 12 championship first. Then we'll go a little college basketball, Ohio State, Wisconsin, to get you all ready for the Big 10 championship game between Ohio State and Wisconsin.
Well, how about our guys, right? Joe Davis, Brady Quinn going to bring you the Big 12 championship game. TCU Oklahoma rematch from a game earlier this year. The Oklahoma won big. And then the Big 10 championship game, Wisconsin. People keep trying to keep them out. They'll be in the top 4 going into that game. But the winner of that one will play in the college football playoff.
Sure will. Wentz to throw. It has some time going. Incomplete. Thought he was going for Smith, who was open, but it ended up going for the short man, Jeffrey. And either way, it's incomplete.
Last 2 throws of Carson Wentz have been a little loose. Okay, he's fortunate that neither one of them got picked off. Both of those were opportunities for the defense to be there. That one goes through Jeffrey. Anyone's there could have taken it on the tip or behind him. It's Carson Wentz looking to always improve his play, tighten things up. Let's see how he closes things down. And there's the #1 fan of the Eagles in the American League, Mr. Mike Trout.
There's a lot of hitters in this park today.
A lot of BP could be taken today.
My goodness.
A lot of batting practice.
Trout's always here. He's got his season tickets. Wentz stands in wide open as Ertz for a big gain on 3rd down out to midfield. 23 on the catch to Ertz, and that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter here from Philadelphia. Cover your ears, cover your heads. Birds are flying in Philly.
Ice cold, Dr. Pepper, last one.
Hey, that's my Dr. Pepper.
I saw it first.
No, you didn't.
Let go.
You let
Yes.
go. You.
Larry, what do I do?
Yeah, old-fashioned Cravoff. Generations of bad blood. Rivalries.
Tackles.
Don't make any sudden movements. I got just the thing. Easy. Easy. We're lucky. Usually doesn't work.
Let's go, Dr. Pepper here. Let's go.
An all-star cast takes on a holiday classic live.
It's live?
A Christmas Story live December 17th on Fox.
Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
Automatic emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Get Black Friday savings now. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on Altima. See Star Wars The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
Every day, we use our phones in new kinds of ways. Well, now there's a new kind of network designed to save you money. Xfinity Mobile. It combines America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE with the most Wi-Fi hotspots. You can get up to 5 lines of talk and text included with your Xfinity Internet service at no extra cost. So all you pay for is data. Give the gift of Xfinity Mobile included with your Xfinity Internet service today. Choose buy the gig or go unlimited and easily switch between the two. No one else lets you do that. Visit an Xfinity store, go online, or call today.
Right now, during the Hyundai Black Friday sales event, we're tagging Hyundai cars and SUVs with some of the season's biggest savings. Like the Tucson, tagged at just $129 a month.
Wow, this deal is crazy good.
And every new Hyundai comes backed by America's best warranty. So stay out of the red and in the black this holiday season. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. Get better Black Friday deals. Lease a Tucson for just $129 a month or get up to $4,000 in total savings. Hurry, event ends November 30th.
All Eagles here in Philadelphia. We start the 4th. 24-3 is your score. And the Eagles trying to go to 10-1. This is great. Sir Wentz has scored the Bears to the pit of misery instead of Dilly Dilly, like that funny beer commercial. Philly Dilly.
Philly Dilly.
Well done. Well done.
And there they are. The Bison.
That is a great one. This, look, when you win, things are good. And this city has taken to Carson Wentz. He has been held up to high standards, and he's delivered so far in his second year in this league. As Torrey Smith makes the catch, as Pam so correctly pointed out a little bit ago, he and Jeffrey both got checked out, but looked like they were okay, and they are. They're both back in the game now. And so a 2nd down and 4. coming up for these Eagles. Wentz 22 of 33, 218 yards, 3 more touchdowns today to add to his league-leading total, now up to 28 on the year. Fake to Ajayi over the middle. There is Ertz. First down to the 35. Ninth catch of the day for Zach Ertz as he creeps up on a 100-yard day, which is significant, Charles, as they haven't had a 100-yard receiver all year.
And Carson Wentz noted that in our meeting with him. Kind of had a little bit of a wry smile, but it's also one that, hey, we're 9-1. It's kind of an amusing stat.
It is.
Cleveland didn't have one, right? I believe San Francisco as well.
Bears are the other team.
It's going to be Cleveland and the Bears, but that's understandable. Their seasons have gone awry. Here, that's a little bit different.
There's Ajayi, big hole. Ajayi breaks through inside the 5, and he fumbled. It's loose. Eagles pick it up. Did they secure it? Touchdown! It's all going right.
There's the hustle by Cre'Von LeBlanc, and that creates another fumble by the Eagles. And Nelson Aguilar grabs it in the end zone. John Timu comes over to fight with him, but they determined Aguilar had the football and gave him the touchdown. Because you can get this. It's not a 4th down play, so the fumble can go forward and be covered by the offense in the end zone, and Aguilar has it. But look at LeBlanc, 22. Look at the hustle. Creates a play right there. Needs a teammate to get on the football. Timu's trying, almost takes it away from Aguilar, but Aguilar comes up with the football and another touchdown for the Eagles, his 2nd of the day.
There's an injured Bear. I think it is LeBlanc who actually made that play.
It's a great hustle play, too, by Cre'Von LeBlanc.
You know what, Charles? He's played a pretty good game from what we've seen.
An excellent game. I would agree with you. But to me, look at the hustle and have the presence of mind to try and strip the football, and he does. And then he holds on to Ajayi so he can't get to the ball, but Aguilar was the first there and wins the battle with Timu. But look at the blocking up front. Look at Brandon Brooks, 79, create that gap. Downfield, Jeffrey, 17, and from the backside, right there, there's a strip by LeBlanc. And then Aguilar is there and wins the battle with Timu for the touchdown. But we've had what? Big run by LeGarrette Blount, fumbled at the end of it.
Yeah.
Big run by Jay Ajayi, fumbled at the end of it. Malcolm Jenkins interception, fumbled it back to the Bears. There will be some ball security drills next week in the Philadelphia Eagles practice.
No, there will definitely be that. Think about this. The Eagles, 2nd best run team in the league. They ran for 215 against Dallas last week. On the ground today, 167. Getting it done in Philadelphia.
So, you like it?
Little bit. Nothing gets a reaction like a gift from Kay Jewelers, where everything is 25% off. Save 25% off all rings, all necklaces, and all bracelets. That's 25% off everything. November 17th through 26th at Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America.
Dad.
Every kiss begins with K.
The new celebration rules are in place, and Pepsi is all for it. Antonio, what have you got in mind? Bit of a throwback. Looks like the Charleston. You never see that in football or anywhere.
It's Morse code for Clay.
Sometimes you miss your quiet, peaceful home. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like wet grocery bags, getting a bad haircut, overcrowded trains, turnstiles that don't turn, and spilling coffee on themselves. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. And this weekend only, get a $200 reward card. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Get 2 Whopper sandwiches now for only $6. Only at Burger King.
Unlike ordinary toothpaste, Colgate Total fights bacteria on teeth, tongue, cheeks, and gums for a healthier mouth. So you're totally ready. Colgate Total. Be totally ready for life.
The 4 Battle for Stardom, a new singing competition January 4th on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. And by Burger King. Try the 2 for $6 Whopper sandwich deal today only at Burger King.
You know, when you're good and you're playing well, sometimes you get a couple breaks. Jay Ajayi, a big run, and then a fantastic play by Cravon LeBlanc to force a fumble just for the goal line. The Eagles recover in the end zone with Aguilar. And so adding to their lead, it's 31-3 in a game they have absolutely dominated Chicago in every way imaginable. With 13:37 to go in this ball game. I wonder if Carson Wentz still plays the rest of this game right now. Those are the decisions I would think that Doug Peterson has to think about. Meanwhile, while Wentz and his Eagles off to this 9-1 start, you think about when it's happened in Eagles history. In 49, they were 9-1 to start the year. They won the championship. How about in 1960? The same thing. They won the title. Now, 9-1 in 80, when Jaws and company lost to the Raiders in the Super Bowl. They were also 9-1 in 04 when McNabb and the Eagles lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Bottom line is, they've gotten there. Can they finish the deal for the first time in their history and win the Super Bowl? That's what everybody in this city is wondering about.
In 1949 and 1960, the starting quarterback wore number 11.
Like that. Well done, Charles Davis.
Tommy Thompson and Norm Van Brocklin.
And so while Wentz in his second year has just exploded into an MVP-type season, now I'm curious if you're the Bears and Mitchell Trubisky and how you view him right now. It's only, think about this, it's only his 20th start since high school.
You're asking a lot, and coming from a spread offense, too, to become a pro-style quarterback. I think he's done, in a lot of ways, remarkably well. And still, I go back to the beginning of the year. I understand them wanting to be judicious with him, but I would have started him from game one.
Yeah, it was interesting that they started Glenn in the first month. They gave Mike the big deal, and they thought he played well for them and in camp and things like that. So his time maybe got delayed a little bit. I think the other thing is this. There were a lot of, I see the Bears against the NFC, not good. There were a lot of articles this week, and you can understand it about, well, maybe Trubisky like Wentz, and now second year, if the Bears can add weapons, and they need weapons around him, certainly, if maybe he could take that leap. And certainly it's possible. But I think the one difference, as you mentioned it, the offenses they played in college. Trubisky will let it fly. Nope, he's going to be brought down by Fletcher Cox.
So watch the big man right here. And he's working inside. And Bradley Sowell, who's taking over for Josh Sitton, he contacts him first and then loops around. And really, they ended up coming off of almost a pick, a screen that was inadvertent that was set by Vinnie Curry. And he goes and gets the quarterback and puts him down. Right now, if you're an Eagles defensive lineman, you want to be on the field because it's your time to hunt.
Oh, sure is. O'Donnell to punt. Varner, fair catch. And the Eagles will take over. They are having fun here in Philadelphia. Doug Peterson's crew looking to go 10-1.
My head is filled with ruins. Most of them I built with you. On my way to something more. You're that one I can't ignore. I'm gonna miss you. I'm still there. Sometimes I wish we never built this palace, but real love is never a waste of time.
It's iPhone season and everyone's celebrating. But this year, celebrate more responsibly.
How much data did I use last night?
What did I sign up for? Hey, Jimmy, where's your iPhone season spirit? Be smart and get the new iPhone from Sprint. You'll get the best price for unlimited and network reliability within 1% of the other guys.
Works for me. It's an iPhone season miracle. I'm going to Sprint.
Switch to Sprint and get the new iPhone 8 or 10 and save $350. Plus upgrade to the latest iPhone anytime with iPhone Forever.
Ho, ho, ho! Let's see what the Colonel got you.
A KFC $5 fill-up with popcorn chicken that's made with one piece of chicken. Not like those nuggets that come in funny shapes.
It's finger-licking good.
911, what's your emergency?
Must be hard being a first responder.
The only way to survive the job is to find a way to cope with the ones who lose. But in those moments, when you actually save someone, there is no better feeling in the world.
We have to get her to the hospital now!
I can help you. Please.
Here's Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie, and he's been here a long time with this team, trying to bring this city a Super Bowl. You know what? He's done a great job. He introduced the Eagles Autism Challenge. It's a bike, walk, and run fundraiser. May 19th here at the Link. He's a true leader in autism advocacy. And it's something that needs much needed research. Our director, Artie Kempner, does a wonderful job in Delaware with that same charity, that same drive. And both guys doing a wonderful job bringing research, bringing attention, awareness to autism. There you go. Well done, Mr. Lurie. As Carson Wentz remains in the game. And Charles, I want to continue on the thought we talked about when Trubisky was on the field. The difference in offense, these guys, when they were in college.
Well, Carson Wentz, people downgraded him because he played 1AA football. Okay, so he wasn't playing, with the so-called big boys. But his offense he ran was a lot like what he's running here. He called the line checks. He identified the Mike linebacker. He read coverages. He did all of those things. Trubisky, not nearly as much in the offense he ran in North Carolina. So there's a learning curve pickup for him. It's a little bit more than what Carson Wentz had coming in. Carson did a lot of those things. He just had to do it at a bigger level, and he's shown that he could adapt pretty easily. I think the future's bright for Trubisky. I truly do. I think he's a very talented young man, but they have to give him people that can make plays downfield. Otherwise, these defenses will continue to suffocate the run game with Jordan Howard and the short passing game he has now with Adam Shaheen.
Similar to where the Eagles were last year. They needed weapons. Give credit to Howie Roseman and company. They got them. And Wentz has obviously grown by leaps and bounds. Third down, pressure coming, stands in, way high, incomplete. He had Hurts wide open.
I think he had Sam Acho in his grill at the same time. One thing about Wentz, he will stand and deliver, but in this case, that wasn't the same. He just sailed that one. I thought Acho was approaching him from the front, and he wasn't. He had Ertz right there, and that ball just went a little bit high on him.
You know what Ertz is thinking? He's got 9 catches for 99 yards.
One more.
No Eagle 100-yard receiver this year. He's like, just a 1-yard drop-off.
And to be frank, Carson told him, I just want to see if we can go another game without 100 yards.
Here's Cohen, will let it go. And the Eagles will watch it roll down inside the 15. 11:37 to play. Eagles 31-3.
I got this.
Okay. Go deep.
You want to keep chasing your dreams. We made sure you never have to stop.
Here's Drew Brees.
I'm sorry to bother you, but my car broke down, and I'd really appreciate a ride to the stadium.
Yes! But no, I have to stay here and wait for a package.
I thought anybody who rooted for me would have FedEx Delivery Manager. That way you can sign for your packages remotely and even customize your delivery time. Excuse me, sir. Could you take me to the stadium?
Sure, hop in.
Thank you.
Hope you like jazz fusion. Squid up one.
Sorry.
Customize your deliveries with FedEx Delivery Manager.
Being a location scout, my office is on my back. The less stuff I have to carry, the better. With Service Pro, I have one device that does everything. Technology has really changed how I do this job. On Pacific Rim Uprising, our characters are 250 feet tall. Where in the heck are you gonna land this big robot? Pulled up a satellite image, and there is like a giant bullseye. Robots here. I feel very proud of what I bring to the screen. I have the greatest job in the world.
This year, I'm gonna do something to bring awareness to bullying.
Bullying is not what you want to do.
If somebody reaches out, gets help, it can be stopped and eliminated.
This is the Bully-Free Zone.
From the producers of American Horror Story and The People vs. O.J. Simpson comes a new series on Fox told through the eyes of first responders, starring Angela Bassett, Peter Krause, and Connie Britton. 911 series premiere this January.
That's one strong cast right there.
Strong cast. And
remember Peter Krause in Sports Tonight?
I do.
Connie Britton.
We missed Rob Bass blaring over the speakers here.
DJ Easy Rock.
Lincoln Financial Field, of course. 1st and 10 for the Bears. And Trubisky, who will sling it for a first down. Caught by Trey McBride.
Sorry, Kev. Remember what we said earlier. Small victories. Meaning, what are the plays that Mitchell Trubisky and this offense are making now that they can build on? They're not, they're in a bad spot right now. We know that. But can they fashion a drive? Can he be accurate throwing the football? He had it right there. That was an inaccurate throw. Can he do those things, lead his team downfield, get some points on the board? That's what they're looking for right now.
Amazing today, among other things. I mean, the Eagles have owned this game in every single aspect of the game. But, you come in, the Bears, think about who they beat. They beat the Steelers, Panthers, and Ravens, all playoff teams. They've been competitive in a lot of games. They are a very good running team. They've got the 3rd best rusher in the league. Jordan Howard today has 7 carries for 6 yards. That's incredible to me. Wide open. He's got a man in mid, and they can't hook up. And there's a penalty as well on the far side of the field, the opposite side of the field.
I think the Eagles jumped into the neutral zone again.
Offside, number 91, defense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Let's go down to the sidelines and say hello to Pam.
Hey there, Kevin. Some small victories maybe for Trubisky, but certainly not for the team. As you can imagine, there's plenty of misery visible on the Bears sideline. In most of their losses, they haven't been completely whipped the way they are being today. Typically, they've shown up better on the scoreboard, and the defense hasn't been worn down like this. Shell-shocked, probably 2 best words here.
Wow, that's a pretty strong word in a football game. Cunningham makes a man miss, and he's got a first down.
I like Pam's observation because she mentioned it. They haven't been blown out very often. They've had a bunch of games that they're within 1 score and they've lost the game.
5 of them.
5 of the losses coming in. So to her point, they're not used to this part of it. So maybe we flip it around and say, okay, just how good are these Eagles? To me, the answer is very.
Trubisky on first down. Pressure coming. Going to let it fly. Going to go deep and incomplete. Jalen Mills was right there on the coverage of McBride.
Absolutely tremendous coverage by Mills. 31 top of your screen. Sees it all the way. See him back to the quarterback. He sees it develop. So he's right there. Feels the receiver. Gets good body position in front of him. The only thing he doesn't do is come down with the football. We had a great time talking with him in our production meeting ahead of this ball game. Really like this young man, like his attitude, what he's done with his competitiveness. He's turned himself into an elite corner in this season here with the Philadelphia Eagles.
2nd down, 4-man rush. Trubisky near side, in and out of the hands of Inman, incomplete. And the thing is Eagles secondary was supposed to be the very weak link of the defense, and they traded for that guy, Darby. But Robinson's been great, and Mills, who fell to the 7th round, has been just a great player in his second year, really good. And you said he's got a personality. He's got green hair.
Yes, and that was interesting to see the green hair. And we said, okay, what's up with the green hair? And he said that when he got drafted in the 7th round, even though it was later than what he expected, he told Eagles ownership, you're showing a lot of loyalty to me by drafting me. I'm going to show it to you. Dyed his hair green and has kept it that way ever since.
Said to Howie Roseman, you changed my life. That's pretty cool.
He's helping change the fortunes of this Eagles team this season.
3rd down complete. That's Brown. And now the spot. I think he's short. He is. He's 1.5 yards, not 2 yards shy of a first down. Imagine you go for it here at this point with a little over 10 to go in this game.
Have to. You're looking for those small victories that you hope will turn into points down the field. You want to see your young quarterback on a 4th down play, have the ball in his hands and make that play. Make the right throw. Let's see if he can be accurate here, get an opportunity, pick it up.
4th and 2. Trubisky over the middle, incomplete. Not even close. Trying to go to Trey McBride, but the Bears turn it over on downs. Pam said it, shell shock. It's in the faces of these Bears getting crushed in Philly.
Can't touch this.
We get to walk.
Jen.
Mark, wow, it's been a long time.
It has. How you been?
Good, really good. Jake, this is Mark. We used to date.
Hey, Chief.
Cool.
So easy to dip.
See you, man.
So hard to put down.
It's nice.
Rolled chicken tacos are back. Tasty shredded chicken rolled up with your choice of dips. Only at Taco Bell.
It's time for some straight talk. You got their unlimited plan, but you still seem to run out of high-speed data. Not anymore. Introducing Straight Talk's Ultimate Unlimited Plan. That's right, Ultimate. Get all the 4G LTE data you want, all high speed, and all for just $55 a month. That's endless data on America's largest, most dependable 4G LTE networks. Get data that never runs out. Only from Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Another day of work. Why do you do it? It's not just a paycheck. You actually like what you do, even love it. And today, you can do things you never could before. You're developing AI applications on the cloud, finding insights hidden in decades of medical documents, and securing millions of IoT sensors. So get back to it and do the best work of your life.
Let's get the big guy in place.
The Ford year-end sales event is here.
I can guide you in. No thanks, Santa. I got this. Hey, it looks a little tight. Perfect fit. Santa needs an F-150.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry in for 0% financing for 72 months across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. And just announced, get 0% APR for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back. Take advantage of these exclusive holiday offers during the Ford year-end sales event.
So I guess this is a setup. We coming for you.
Empire returns Wednesday with an all-new episode on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Taco Bell. Try the tasty rolled chicken tacos, back for a limited time.
Carson Wentz, his day is over. 23 of 36, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Fantastic performance here at Lincoln Financial Field as the Eagles have 31-3, 9:38 to play, and we've got a new quarterback for Doug Peterson. It'll be Nick Foles, who gets a nice round of applause as he steps out of the field, and they will run it to Blunt, who's going to put him up around 90 yards now after that carry. So Nick Foles, 6-year career, of course, was a one-time starter for these Eagles before he got money to go elsewhere, the Rams and then Kansas City. He's only thrown 1 pass this year. But a pretty good backup to have in your stable, Charles.
Without a doubt. You're referring to that season here. Chip Kelly, head coach. Eagles made the playoffs that year with 10 wins in the regular season. Foles had 27 touchdown passes, just 2 interceptions. Goes to the Pro Bowl.
Foles Foles going to throw it. Matt Collins makes the catch, makes a stiff arm, and makes a first down for Philadelphia. We talked about that year for Foles when he had 27-2. Carson Wentz now has 28 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and a long way to go this year. Think about that ratio. There's Mills. There's Jalen Mills with the green hair you were talking about. Love it.
Said the Eagles were all in on him. He's all in with them. And boy, has he played well. I mean, a complete corner, too. Not just in the pass coverage. He will come up and tackle in the run game and, of course, in the open field on passes.
Foles wasting the clock. Whoa. High snap. Flags flying.
False start, number 73. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I don't think Manute Bol would have corralled that one.
And everyone was in motion. They were waiting so long for that snap count. Foles took it right to the limit, and they were all like, he's got to be out of time, and they just took off. Because they could have called that on probably about 4 different offensive linemen.
Wisniewski is at center right now. Kelsey has gone out. I wonder if they're just resting him.
They are.
This is Blunt.
So's Lane Johnson.
Let's have another game break and check in with Carissa Thompson.
Let's do it, Kevin. We head to Indianapolis. Titans down 16-13 in the fourth when DeMarco Murray gives the Titans the lead with this 1-yard touchdown. Titans looking for their 5th win in the last 6 games. They're up 28-16. Kevin, Charles, and Pam.
There you go.
You notice they ran him from fullback on that play.
Interesting.
Trying to kind of snuck him in there for a quick hitter to put them in the lead. They're getting tricky in Tennessee there.
They are. Yeah, the Eagles will have some reserves in on the offensive line. Backup Nick Foles is in at quarterback here. They're still throwing the ball. Foles going to get some reps in and complete it to Aguilar on the far side. As far as the playoff picture in the NFC, here is what we're looking at. The Eagles are going to go to 10-1. We're going to give them a win here. I think that's safe to do. The Vikings won on Thanksgiving. They are 9-2. They're playing great football as well. Saints play later against the Rams. That's a monster game today. And you see that's where both those teams sit. So Falcons are up by 2 touchdowns against the Bucs. And the Panthers are losing to the Jets by 2 points. A long time to go in that fourth quarter still up in the Meadowlands.
And look at the teams on the outside looking in. Still a number of them who can make significant noise before this one is over.
No question. And you know, you look at Seattle. They play the Rams one more time. They beat them already. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this message from Geico.
It takes hard work, grit, and determination to become a professional football player like Luke Kuechly. But it only takes 15 minutes to see how much you could save on car insurance with Geico.
You want to know what's funny? We just showed Luke Kuechly in a commercial, and he just scored a touchdown for the Panthers to put him in front of the Jets. Now that's timing.
He's one of the most intuitive, instinctive players in this league.
Carson Wentz has the earpiece in. There's the Panthers going in front. Obviously trying to keep pace with the Saints in the NFC South. 3rd down for Nick Foles and Eagles. 6:33 to play. They're up by 28. Foles will throw it, and there's a completion, and we have a 100-yard receiver for the first time all year. It's Zach Ertz.
Notice he came out of the game as well. I wonder if that's like, you know, getting that final at-bat. Here you go, Zach. Get one more shot at it. And he did it. Mukamura tries to make a play on the ball, and Ertz' strong hands keeps it away from. Look at that grin. He knows. You know when they tell you, well, I really don't know what my stats are during the game?
Oh, yeah, right.
On a bet? They know.
10 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown for Ertz. Under 6 to play. They'll run it to Blunt. LeGarrette Blunt up the middle. So how do the Eagles rank, Charles, when you look at this NFC? We showed you the playoff picture. We just had 2 Vikings games in a row. We know they're very, very good. How do you view this team?
I think that they're the best one in the NFC right now. You could say that they're the best in the league. All right, but let's just keep it to the NFC. Vikings are a formidable opponent because of that Vikings defense. They've shown the ability to run the ball better than probably what people thought. And the way Case Keenum's playing, you've got to say he's a legitimate guy back there now. In New Orleans, you got Drew Brees, who has a Super Bowl ring, and the defense is playing this year.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Almost took the snap to Chicago. They cut it off. Jonathan Bullard came flying into the backfield.
They say Bullard's best attribute is his first step quickness. And on that one, he just sailed through and got there and almost disrupted that play totally.
I wonder if they're trying to give LeGarrette Blount a 100-yard game, too. He's 15 carries, 97 yards now. He's got one 100-yard game this year.
And listen, if Carolina wins today, they're in that fight for that as well. And as you've noted during the game, Kevin, Atlanta's heating up.
Yeah.
You're not going to count out the defending NFC champs.
That Atlanta game's over. They won 34-20, and they take on the Vikings next week. Fumble on the play, and it's recovered by Chicago. Isaiah Irving, the rookie, stepped on it. So Blount fumbles twice today. And the Bears take over with 4:26 to go. So let's get another game break. We're keeping you busy, Carissa. What do you got for us?
Well, Kevin, speaking of fumble, here's another fumble for you. Josh McCown fumbles, and Luke Kuechly is going to recover this one and return it 34 yards for the score. Cam Newton would add a 2-point conversion, so Panthers now lead 26-20 in that very tight NFC South race. Kev?
Wow. Okay, so the Panthers in front. 12 minutes to go, long time. Falcons just won. Saints play the Rams later. A lot of drama happening today.
And the NFC South is always a volatile division. Definitely so this season.
Here's a draw for Chicago. It's Cunningham. You know, and it's interesting because even though the Saints have been clear-cut the best team in that division, Panthers and Atlanta are 2 teams that they both have hot streaks in them.
And remember, the Saints went to Carolina early and won, so that's the early tiebreaker for them.
They did. As Trubisky going far side, he's got a completion.
It actually kick-started their streak.
It did.
Remember, they were 0-2, went to Carolina right before they went to London to play Miami. And that got things going for the New Orleans Saints, and they continue to ride that wave.
Ocean, ocean, hey, hey.
He tipped in. Could have been picked off. Rasul Douglas was there. We got a penalty back by the quarterback, too.
How about Douglas getting that arm in there?
Number 72, offense, 10-yard penalty, till first down.
Kevin, how about the arm of Douglas getting in to help break that pass up? He's got a wingspan, 75.5 inches. Arms extended. So when you look at him, he looks more like a safety with his build. But playing press man and corner, he doesn't have to be as fast because that arm span can make up for things at the time the ball gets to a receiver. You can get in and tip it out, as you just saw there. 8 interceptions his senior year at West Virginia.
Eagles have some backups in now, giving some of the starters a rest. As the Bears have a completion. Right, you know, I was thinking when you're going to be 10-1 like the Eagles are, obviously you have to get everything, right? Great coaching, great play, but I think you have to have surprises too. Like guys have career-type years. And I think the Eagles secondary kind of falls in that mold, don't you?
Jalen Mills, Rasul Douglas had to step in and start 4 games this year, okay? So we talked earlier about it hasn't been as clear sailing as you would think for a soon-to-be 10-1 team. Jordan Hicks, starting middle linebacker, gone for the season. Jason Peters, starting left tackle, gone for the season. All right, so they've lost some significant players along the way. Ronald Darby, dislocated ankle, first game, 18 plays.
Trubisky fires complete. That's a good-looking pass across the middle. Inman's got it. There's 2:44 to go.
So they've had that happen. Bradham has had a year that's a Pro Bowl level guy. But how about this strike there by Trubisky? And a nice job by Inman, who was cutting inside, had enough body control to slide and make the catch on the back shoulder.
Trubisky flushed in trouble, going to tuck and run. He will do that, and he will run out of bounds for a first down. The other injury you just spoke of is Darren Sproles. I mean, this guy was their lead back when he got hurt. We all know how great Sproles is. And they lost him early in the year. Yet here they are. They were able to have this running attack, second in the league. But, you know, we were told Sproles still a big part of this thing, though.
And you lost your kick return ability. Your punt return was Sproles. Well, he's coaching up Kenyon Barner via text, via phone call every week.
It's pretty good.
You know, he'll call him and check him out during practice and say, hey, think about this. Hey, you're playing this team and this punter. This is what he does. These guys are really helping each other out.
And then you need the chef, which is the head coach, Doug Peterson, and he has been perfect. And there's an interception for the Eagles. It is Douglas with those long arms, as Charles said. Well, those long arms haul in the interception.
And this is where Mitchell Trubisky will have to improve in his accuracy. And now we get the dance line going. There we go.
After the electric
slide after that. There they go.
That is impressive dancing, better than any wedding I've ever been at. But don't tell me they don't rehearse. Come on.
We got to talk to them about that. We're going to have to put Carson under the lights. But this is where Trubisky's going to have to improve. Because watch where the ball placement is, Kevin. See, it's on the backside of the receiver.
Right.
He's coming across the middle, coming towards Mitchell Trubisky. That ball's behind the receiver, which brought Rasul Douglas into it and led to the electric slide as a celebration.
Now that's impressive. Not only are they winning 9 games in a row, they're choreographing dances perfectly.
We'll have to find out what they call it, because I'm pretty sure it's not electric slide. It'll be Philly shuffle. It'll be something like that, right?
Yeah, there's a booth review over that. I got to be honest, I hate the electric slide.
So you don't get up at the wedding?
I mean, it's better than the chicken dance, but not one of my favorites, Charles.
It's okay. You know, we don't all have to like everything, you know? Now, did he actually complete the process of the catch would be the question. Because that ball looked loose at the end, didn't it?
My response would be, it's 31-3. Let's speed it up.
Can we play? So he comes down. He's got it there, but as he rolls over, did that ball pop free on him? That angle you couldn't say conclusively.
Let's see.
There's the catch. He goes down. He's got it there. Ball's starting to pop free, but did it come out on the backside?
You know, they ruled an interception on the field. At this point, with this score, I find it hard to overturn, don't you?
I'm trying to see, unless this thing totally comes out of his hand.
Right here.
He's holding it.
No, that's actually the best angle.
Right there.
You know what? Now, after seeing that, I think it's incomplete.
I would agree with you on that one because I don't think he had a firm enough grasp. The ball can hit the ground if you are possessing it strongly with your hands. I don't know that he is here. See it right there?
Yeah.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field has changed. The receiver lost the ball going to the ground. The ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. It'll be second down. Please reset the clock to 2:17, please.
You know, they had a heck of a dance, too.
So, can you reverse the dance?
I think that's the right call, though. I mean,
it was the right call.
Trubisky likes it, takes away an interception from his ledger.
And gives him another opportunity.
No question.
But the step is accuracy, placement with the ball. That's where Mitchell Trubisky will take his next steps.
Trubisky, 15 of 29, 132 yards, and 2 interceptions. Looking to throw. Cohen makes a man miss long and fights his way past the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, as that should take us down to the 2-minute warning. I should say 1 interception by Trubisky because that one was obviously taken off the board. 2 minutes to go, so the Eagles are 10-1.
Alexa, play Wake Up music in Sam's room.
Playing Wake Up music in Sam's room. This is your reminder to put up the lights.
Alexa, remind me to put up the lights tomorrow.
Okay.
Our members shop a little differently, so we reward every purchase.
Let's see what Kate's in. For you, for all of us. That's for me.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families.
Or you can get them on Mondays or Tuesdays, all week, really.
Reuben! The Reuben is back for a limited time at Subway. So much Reuben.
Can I get a glass of white wine and a Michelob Ultra?
Michelob Ultra, 55% fewer carbs than a glass of white wine.
What is this? Are we not mortal enemies who have fought countless battles against each other? Now you fight as one? Even you, Sultan. His tribe bested yours but a short time ago.
It's the only way I can beat the king.
It's much easier this way.
I just want a ring before I retire.
See what I mean, man? Man, it's whack. Superstars joining up to form a super team.
And your point?
Man, it goes against competition, CC.
I don't see a problem, Nick.
Coming up next after the game, the State Farm postgame show. We'll also have bonus coverage of the Panthers and Jets. Carolina trying to keep pace with New Orleans in that NFC South. The Falcons already won today. They beat Tampa, so that division very good, very competitive. Falcons got their 7th win. Carolina's trying to get their 8th. The Saints are 8-2. They play the Rams later. That's another big matchup. Here the Eagles have owned this game against the Bears. 31-3. They're going to improve to 10-1 on the year as the race for home field advantage in the NFC. Blitz coming. Trubisky throws incomplete. Daniel Brown couldn't hold on. Carissa Thompson has another game break for us. Take it away, Carissa.
Thanks, Kevin. So Chiefs driving in the 4th quarter here, and Alex Smith, not what you want to see if you're a Chiefs fan, intercepted by Tre'Davious White. Bills are going to win this one 16-10. So now Buffalo improves to 6-5. KC falls to 6-5. Kevin, Charles, and Pam.
Carissa, the Chargers are coming.
Chargers win the division.
They're 5-6 now. They've blasted the last 2 opponents they've played. That defense gets in the face of a quarterback. Bosa, Melvin Ingram. Look out.
Trubisky on 4th down. Will go far side. Intercepted by Graham. Inbounds. Could go. Graham. Inside the 20. Game, set, match here in Philadelphia.
Are they going to get together and give it another shot? Because the DBs did the slide last time after the interception. What happens now?
I think the Macarena comes
next. Here we go. Oh, we got a movie reel. Yep. He's filming it. Yeah, they don't choreograph.
You know what? When you're 10-1, you can have all the celebrations you want. They've got some pretty good ones. Douglas got the tip, Charles.
Look how they converge on the football. It's an excellent break on the ball by Rasul Douglas, who in his short amount of time on the field made a number of plays.
There's Howie Roseman, the general manager of these Eagles.
Essentially his second reign as the guy in charge. He had it. Chip Kelly came in. The power moved to Chip's base. Howie getting another shot. And boy, the moves he's made along the way, the vast majority of them paying great dividends for this 2017 Eagles team. Frankly, their owner, Jeffrey Lurie, thought they were at least a year away heading into this season.
And maybe the best one they made was hiring their head coach, because he has been perfect for this team, perfect for that quarterback, Doug Peterson. Still taking selfies.
Just think of how they've brought him along. Peterson, head coach, Frank Reich, offensive coordinator, John DeFilippo, quarterbacks coach, all with one voice, one teaching method, one philosophy, and Carson Wentz has flourished.
Final seconds here in Philadelphia. One more knee should do it, and that is that. The Eagles will beat the Bears 31-3. They've won 9 in a row. They're now 10-1. It's the best record in the NFL. Carson Wentz, 3 more touchdown passes for him. The Eagles ran for 176 yards, and their defense dominated the Bears here today. We're back to Philadelphia after this to wrap it up. We'll have some bonus coverage for you, too. Back in a moment.
We need your help, even if we don't trust you.
Automatic emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Get Black Friday savings now. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month, or lease the 2017 Pathfinder just $239 per month. See Star Wars: The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
It's official. The holidays are here. Lease the 2018 Sportage LX for only $159 a month at Kia's Light Up the Holidays sales event.
This really was a bizarre robbery attempt. But it is that time of year, right?
See what happens every night on Fox 29 News at 10.
31-3 Eagles beat the Bears. They're now 10-1 as the Long brothers embrace. Philadelphia is rocking and rolling. They've won 9 in a row. Play of the day today is brought to you by the Amazon Echo. A lot to celebrate for Philadelphia. Time to take a picture with a little selfie. They had some good ones today. They had a bowling one here with Alshon Jeffrey. And he knocked down all 10 pins or Eagles. And the Eagles knocked down every Bear in their way.